check one,
just
two,
a
one,
little
two.
mic check there.
Some parts of our podcast I actually have to hear like 30 fucking times because I'm editing it, you know, and you have to keep going, wait, is that right? Is that right? And then you have to stand up for a second. Okay, let's hear it again. And then you're like, okay, it's perfect.
So I had this buddy of mine, a good friend of mine, and he's still a good friend of mine. When we were in high school together.
His name is Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
Just for the record.
His name is Jack. And he used to drive everyone in our computer class crazy because he would edit these music videos. He would take a music video and take a song from another artist, and he would cross-mesh them. So he'd basically have to mess around with timings and synchronization.
Nice.
And he'd listen to his fucking headphones with them fucking turned outwards so the whole class could hear it. And we're like, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Put the fucking headphones on your head.
Yeah, you're trying to pay attention. Yeah, so shout out to Jack.
Yeah,
last
shout out
name,
to Jack.
Meoff.
Jack Mehoff.
Dude, so like straight up, I can't listen to Fly by POD. I can't listen to Fatboy Slim, Weapon of Choice.
Weapon of Choice.
And really, why would you want
and
to?
I can't listen to Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm. I can't listen What's going on, everybody? This is the Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast. This is episode number 33. Thank you for joining us. My name's Crash.
I'm Johnny Doe, and they're already here. They're here already. Do you know they're here? Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
And I'm Aaron.
My ears hurt.
Yeah, sorry.
A little bit.
The little 1956 old sci-fi horror classic there.
There you go.
Yeah.
I appreciate
You're
your
welcome.
enthusiasm.
Sure. Yeah.
Mostly.
They're here, bro. If you fall asleep, you're going to turn into one of them.
So what's the premise of that?
It's basically if you fall asleep, you're going to turn into one of the zombie, alien-y kind of creatures.
Okay.
And then they basically end up taking over the world. So if you fall asleep,
You become one.
you become one of
That's
them.
it, just falling asleep.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That sucks, right?
That does suck.
No!
And which one are you talking about? Have
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1956.
You know what the other one I've seen?
There's one in like 1978 or something.
With Donald Sutherland. I've seen that one.
That's the one that's like a remake of it, but I don't know the other one.
I haven't seen
you're
the
talking
58 one.
about. Oh, yeah. I have it. Dude,
So what's
it's
worse?
great.
Freddy Krueger or these body snatchers? Because Freddy Krueger
well,
will
Freddy
kill
would
you.
be way more crazier.
Oh,
These
Freddy
you just
by
become
far.
like a slave, like drones.
It's like you
kinda
just
thing.
become part of the board.
Yeah, I
or
think
whatever.
you don't. I think
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what it
become
is,
them.
dude. It's
So I'd rather be a socialist than dead.
pretty much.
I don't know, man.
collectivism.
That's not really what we're about here.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I don't know if I
Well,
agree.
the Freddy Krueger thing's a little bit different than. Yeah, I mean that's scary as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Did that freak you out when you were a kid? It's funny because I was thinking about that too.
I don't remember getting into Freddy when I was a kid. I think like when it was popular, I wasn't allowed to watch it, and then by the time like I didn't care.
Yeah, I watched it at my at the time my pastor's house
Okay. Wow.
with his kids. So that was I was kind of like, wow, you guys are allowed to watch this. I'm not.
Let's do it.
That shit was scary because he could come through your like water bed, your toilet, anything. Your
Honestly,
phone.
My parents did not let us watch horror movies
Right.
whatsoever. Just like Jamie, I didn't get it till I was.
I didn't either.
Older,
I wasn't
and
allowed.
It was like
I would sneak and watch them.
yeah. I want to
That's
say
how I
the
saw
only
this.
one. Dude, the only horror movies I'd be able to watch would be like Alien. My mom
Right.
loved that.
My
And
dad let me watch a Predator, and I was allowed to watch that, but that's more of a sci-fi kind of thing. But I wasn't allowed to
mine
watch
too.
like straight up horror movies.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no, nothing like that.
So like I
which is
remember-
probably why I'm into them now.
I remember not being allowed to watch it, but then I think I remember being around the same
But
age.
what movie?
The movie It, God damn it.
Pennywise, yeah.
Yeah, I remember not being allowed to watch that, but then I was allowed to watch like Terminator 2, which is like
Right.
way just gratuitous violence.
One's just scary. That's probably what it was. They were worried about the whole scary factor, and the demons and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
I mean, you have
Satanism stuff.
demons and interdimensional shit in one,
Right.
compared to like
just
robots from the future,
Right.
and another one it's like
You now have 15 seconds to comply.
Yeah, but dude,
whatever.
Predator or Terminator 2 was like the stop motion fucking animation, the robots.
Oh, it
and
was
shit.
fucking awesome.
It was fucking scary though.
Yeah.
Like if you, but I mean, I guess I was more into it like as a kid. I was like,
Yeah, you're
fuck,
coming
that's
from
awesome.
like a cool perspective where
Yeah.
they were coming at like the scary thing. They probably didn't think it was as scary as
yeah.
a monster demon alien / clown.
That's true.
in the sewers.
I remember getting to
pulling you-
watch
yeah.
Predator. I remember being able to watch some questionable shit when I was probably way too young to watch it.
Me too. I mean, like, way too much shit when you were young, and it's like, oh, what's this? Romancing the Stone? Okay, I remember watching that with my parents, because...
Yeah,
there
and
was
what's wrong with all those ratings? I mean, like, look how I turned out.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
You got
There's
something-
nothing wrong.
Something okay with your eye there, Johnny? You all right?
Yeah, it's the demons, bro. It's the voices.
It's the voices
Yeah.
inside my head.
Yeah.
I
They
cut,
told me to kill you, Jamie.
I cut myself.
Actually, that's not really what they said.
But here it is. Would you let your how when did the first Deadpool come out?
About 5 years ago, was it?
Was
the
it
first
that
one?
long ago? Really?
Yeah, it was at least.
I'm gonna have to-
Because the
Okay.
last one came out
I'll
about
check
2
that.
years ago.
So would you let your 3-4-year-old watch Deadpool?
No, because of the language more than anything, honestly. Because you're trying to.
So does that make you a bad parent if you
No.
It came out in 2016.
There
Yeah,
you
so
go.
it's
do? Okay, so my
years
son
ago.
was
years ago.
6. We don't let him watch the naughty parts, but he knows about language. My son knows about stuff early. He's one of those.
Well,
early
there wasn't
bloomers.
really the only naughty parts I remember
There's
of
violence.
Deadpool was when they showed like how they made love throughout various stages of their relationship. But like those were
Yes.
kind of things where it was like,
But they didn't really show it more than his
Yeah.
ass. Like, that was it.
yeah, I would have
Yeah.
been like, what does that mean? And that would have been like a we'll tell you when you're older kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that
okay.
was one of
Man,
those,
kids
like-
don't really get half that shit
Yeah.
anyway. They don't really
Yeah, but
understand
still,
it.
it was like, hey, Marcus, earmuffs, buddy. Cover
Muff
those
time.
up.
Yeah, well,
Look at me.
You're
look at me.
responsible for your own kids, right? It's not the government's
Thank
job
you.
to do that.
Just like
Yeah.
our parents were responsible for us, right? They let us, watch movies and stay out till the lights came on and all that other crazy
Yeah, it was.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It was different.
It was a
time
different
for
time
sure.
too.
But
So-
yeah, we had different morals and stuff.
So, speaking of the government being the ones that control that shit, just like you can't get into an R-rated movie if you're not 17. What if
Right.
what if my parents allow me to watch R-rated movies at 17? I'm still not allowed to. Or wait, is it you have to be?
You have to be
17?
accompanied with an adult.
I know, but that's so stupid.
Some theaters just let you in, but I don't know now. I mean, I haven't been in that situation in a long time. But I
Haven't
remember
had to-
back in
yeah.
the day, they would let you in sometimes, and sometimes they wouldn't.
I remember when I graduated high school, but I wasn't 18 yet, so I think it actually was 17 you could be to get into an R-rated movie.
Yeah, 17 is what it was.
So I was going to our local community college, right? But I didn't have like a student ID or anything. It's community college. So I went there to the movie with my friends. Like, it's rated R movie. You don't have ID. Like, you can't. I'm like, I'm in college. Like, what do you guys want from me? I'm like, I swear I'm 17.
Yeah.
But I had no way to prove it. I mean, I got in. I fucking somehow. But,
Yeah.
that was still just statism.
Damn
It
statist.
pissed me off.
Oh, yeah.
Me, I was the kid that was able to buy alcohol in high school, so it's like,
Well, you were tall, right, too?
yes, I
Yeah.
was really tall. So it's like, yeah, here you go, take what you want.
So there's a
Nice.
perk to being tall.
Yeah, I never got that.
Yeah, when
That's
you're
because
young.
that's because when I shave my beard, I look like I'm 17 again.
Yeah.
But that's the funny thing. I didn't have a beard, and when I shave all this like I did, I mean, how young
Most
do
of
I
it,
look
yeah.
now?
Yeah, you look younger. You're all disgusted.
I got carded for this. I got carded
you
for
really?
this. Yes.
Oh,
and I'm almost
shit.
40. I got carded for this.
That
and
is
I'm like,
fucking
dude, really?
funny as shit, dude.
Yeah. I have to.
It's a compliment in a way, too.
It is. I don't.
You know what I
mind.
mean?
I got carded just a couple days ago at the same fucking 7-Eleven I always go to, and the same dude that's already seen me in there before.
They might have got hit
Like-
by the fuzz, so they
Yeah.
have to do it.
Whatever.
Yeah,
He was just-
statism.
He was just like, okay, I get that as a
Or
as
he's just
a-
a dick and he's trying to be a dick to you.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I get that, like,
I thought we were friends,
at a-
bro.
ID, buddy.
so like
Coughed up.
one of the things that bothered me the most too is that like he was eating a cup of noodle while he was ringing people up. And like I get that maybe you don't have a whole lot of time to like take a break. It did look like he was the only one there, but it's like there's just something gross about like just eating in front of your
Touching
customers.
monies and shit,
Yeah,
too. Like, everything
dude.
about that's disgusting.
Like you're gonna put that
Yeah.
near your mouth? Like I just
I
come
bet
on,
you
buddy.
goes to the bathroom like those people we talked about last week in the bars that don't wash their hands.
Oh, God.
Ew.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting on the shitter eating
you
that
got
fucking
like
cup noodle.
shit, cup of noodle, money, and cocaine, whatever else is on your dollars and shit. Yeah.
Gross people. You're
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
And strippers.
That too.
Speaking of strippers, we want to talk about some merch. Not that
Way to tie that in.
yeah, absolutely has no
Yeah.
tie to it
Yeah,
whatsoever.
Grim 86.
Yeah, I pulled this up for you guys right here. As you guys know, if you go to shop.spreadshirt.com /Grim86, you can take a look at our products. They are available online for up to $5 off of our normal prices in most cases. We just wanted to bring them down for you guys because we realized that this is not ever going to be a gold mine for us, but we want you guys to wear our shit. So there it is.
Yeah, you want to scroll down a little bit just so they can kind of get a little glance of you. Yeah, and I mean, we already talked about that it's fact that you're going to get laid wearing this shit.
It's 100%.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
And
I wore this on Saturday.
Yeah.
Got laid.
There you go.
Straight.
Slaughtered it.
laid.
Yeah,
Slaughtered it.
Case closed. So yeah, and there's mugs, there's coffee mugs, water bottles, mouse pads. Like there's everything on here. We got one more page if you want. Yeah, might as well.
Did
right?
we do duffel bags and shit?
Yeah, we have a duffel bag. I don't know if it'll display every item, but
Dude, when did
they're
the
on there.
baseball shirt come in?
It's been on there. It's been on there.
Really? I missed it.
Little baby outfit too.
A little onesie
Yeah.
for your baby freedom fighter.
I should buy that.
Yeah,
for
there's
my-
some things that are not showing on here, so you do have to go to like accessories and each individual category, and there'll be a few more items.
Hey,
I
can we
want
go
one of
back
these
up?
hoodies so bad, dude.
How much is that little baby onesie?
The onesie?
Yeah.
You could probably read it better than me.
20, 49.
About $21.
I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
that for my niece.
Yeah.
I'm
There,
gonna buy that for
there
my
might
niece.
even be this one too, the other one too. But
Fuck
that would
yeah.
probably be better for a girl. But it's also a conversation starter too, because they're gonna be like, wait, what's this? So anyone that's looking to support us, not just that you're supporting us a little bit here, but you're also getting cool gear that's gonna get you laid, and you're gonna also be able to help spread the word of freedom.
There you
So
go.
it's a pretty much a win
Plus
all
you're
around.
Plus, you're gonna meet new friends.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
absolutely.
And
Guaranteed.
anyone who doesn't know what it is, they ask you what it is, you get to call them a fucking bootlicker.
Yeah,
So
you
there's that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
And-
instantly just get to insult them.
yeah, you instantly get at least 45 friends a week new.
That's a fact.
At least.
That's a fact.
Well, I mean,
You're
just
gonna be
if
popular.
you're going out. If you're not going out, maybe on social media. Maybe.
That's how it goes,
Yeah.
man.
If there's a picture of you with the shirt.
100%.
Yeah, and if you guys do buy the gear, take a picture and send it to us. Of
Yeah,
you rocking the gear.
We'll post you up on the
Yeah.
social medias.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if you-
Matt, crazy shout out for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
yeah, absolutely.
And if you guys are not following us on Instagram, that shit is
Starting to pop.
popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've like gotten like almost twice as many followers.
Yeah,
as
we
used
have
to
3 now. So we're totally.
Yeah, we went from just my personal page.
It was
to-
just me and you.
Yeah, now we got 2 more. Yeah, so
Hey,
now
I was up there.
It's
I was
nice.
like,
It's
sign
nice.
me up.
Yeah, so it's really starting to pop.
Yeah, so if you guys want some fucking dank ass memes, you want to listen to us bitch about the government, definitely follow us on Instagram.
Sure. Yeah.
At Grim86 Freedom First. Give that a shot because it's fucking going crazy over there. We finally got our fucking hashtag game in order and it's starting to pay off. So
Yeah.
we're starting to show up.
Cool.
Lots of cool stuff there. The next thing I wanted to talk about was going to be Freedom Week 2019. This was when Californians did not have any regulations on buying what were considered high-capacity magazines. Now, there's something interesting here because I was talking actually with my dad about this today, so shout out to my pops. And we were talking about, like technically the 60-round AR mags were legal during that time because
Right.
that's considered a high-capacity.
Yeah, 100-round drums for that
Yeah.
matter.
So he was saying, well, I didn't know that you were allowed to get those, and I said, well, they are because here's the legislation. A high-capacity magazine in California is a 30-round magazine. Now, legislation will note that that is a standard capacity round. So when they allowed us to have high-capacity rounds, we took it literally and
Right.
went out and actually were able to buy high-capacity
Right,
rounds.
right.
60, 100, whatever. The sky's the fucking limit. You could have
So,
bought a box.
so once again, California didn't do all their homework because they fucked up.
surprise.
Yeah, big fucking surprise. We're gonna do this, and they're gonna get. Dude,
Yeah.
we're smarter than you. Just let it go. We're always gonna find a way around your bullshit.
Well, I mean, it was cool that it happened. I mean, you were able to go out and buy 30-round mags for your
there
pistols.
was hope. There was
30
hope.
round.
Well,
yeah.
and here's the other one too is like anyone that had them not legally, right? Now it kind of justifies them having it because you could just be like, "Hey, I bought them off of a friend. They had them and they sold them to me." I mean, how can you prove who bought what, how?
And
Maybe
when.
you went out of state. You don't have the receipt anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So technically, the way I'm seeing it, and we are not legal, I'm not legal advised or nothing, but I'm assuming that anyone that would have had anything before this is now justified of having it.
Because who's to say when you got it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You
So
either
I
had
just-
it pre-banned or you had it during that little week.
So I think it's awesome that there was somebody, that federal judge, right, in Sacramento that was like, that's unconstitutional and gave us back
I
those
want to
rights.
say that it might have been San Diego, actually.
No, I'm pretty sure it was San Diego. But at the same time, it's like, how do you sit there and you rule on this, like, you know what? We're going to let you guys have your magazines. And then you get a little fucking heat that you know was going to come.
Oh, yeah.
You know they were
Well,
going to
as
come.
soon as it
bitching
happened,
and moaning.
everyone was saying, get them quick. That's what everyone was saying. And then everyone was kind of freaking out the first 2 days. They're like, hey, just slow down. They're legal now. I'm like, yeah, just get them. If you have money, get them now, you know. And then look what happened. Only it was 6 days, right? It was 6 days.
Yeah, it was short.
And on the
fucking lived.
7th, it was done.
I'm just saying that I thought it was really cool that somebody actually fucking didn't have their head so far up their ass. They decided to give us our fucking rights back to us.
Yep.
But then I like how we also took it a step further and said, oh, well, you said high capacity. You didn't say standard. So that means I get high capacity.
Right. Yeah. They fucked up.
Well, it's great, though, because, I mean, that's just kind of how it's going to have to go around here.
But then if you know firearms and you know how to operate your shit, you know that it doesn't matter how many magazines you have or the bullet size. I mean,
What do you mean?
dude, there was that sheriff. He made a YouTube video, and he was like, dude, just because you have 10 rounds doesn't mean that a killer can't take out as many people as a person with 30 rounds. And he made that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like,
I mean,
just
like,
because you're set to a count, like a low count, doesn't mean that you still can't.
Well, I hear people arguing all the time that, like, for instance, like wheel guns, you know, like revolvers and stuff. Oh, well, if you can't get things done with 5 or 6 rounds and you need to keep practicing. Well, what if there's more than 5 or 6 fucking people? And you're going to tell me that under stress in a gunfight with that many fucking
Thank
people.
you. I was just about to say that.
Or even if it's 1 or 2 people and you had to get behind cover and you have to lay cover fire as you move to somewhere else, how do you do that if you only have 5 or 6 fucking rounds, let alone just 10?
Riddle us that, Charles Bronson. Riddle us that.
I hate when people. Yeah,
you guys were right about San Diego.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because that's why I never really was like, adamant about it. But I knew it was California federal judge.
Yeah, you're right.
And now it's going to go to the Ninth Circuit Court, is what they're saying, because another judge, I guess, paused it.
Yeah. What did you say? What did you say they're called?
Ninth Circus
Ninth
Court.
Circus. Yeah.
But you know what? You know what? They do have that reputation because they're out of California, and they do have a reputation for a lot of the shitty stuff. But however, there's been a few judgments that have come through them that I'm just kind of shocked. I'm like, whoa, they actually upheld the Constitution, which is what their job is to do. So maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll get it in the in the long run.
It would be really
and if this
fucking
happens,
sweet.
then this is also going to help all the other states that have these magazine restrictions as well, not the freer states. Yeah, I hate when people call them free states because of the gun laws, and I'm like, try freer, maybe?
Yeah.
Because you guys are still being
Because
regulated.
Maybe in that one area.
Eventually, the Californication will spread.
yeah.
Let's
The cancer.
dude. I mean, how many people moved to Oregon or Washington,
Nevada,
and they're still facing that bullshit where it's like, fuck,
well,
California all over again.
Yeah, in the federal end of it, they're the feds basically they're not stopping. You got Congress, you got the Senate, you got all that is on top of the president, whoever it is at the time. They're always pushing some form of gun control. Look at Trump at the bump stocks. Like you can't let your guard down around Statist.
And then people are like, "Oh, we don't need bump stocks." It's like
Doesn't matter if you
doesn't
need 'em
matter.
or not.
It's an accessory.
Right. And now you have the same.
You don't get to decide what I need. Is the whole
right,
point? You know what I mean?
And now you have the same law against you as if you already owned a machine gun. If you own a bump stock, so why don't you just own a machine gun?
Yeah, fucking A, dude.
Don't follow my advice.
Once you put it in perspective, it all makes sense.
Yeah,
But it was cool for a minute. I know personally a bunch of people that went out and did it, and dude, I wish I could remember the numbers, but there was some estimated numbers of how many magazines were sold in this last week, and it was fucking crazy.
Over 1 million, no?
Yeah, it was in the millions.
I heard over 1 million.
I heard you couldn't even get them on some
A
of the
bunch
big
of the.
online retailers.
Well, I know for a fact that all the standard. Well, we'll call them standard capacity. So they were like
30 rounders.
Well, no, not that. The Glocks. So like for the Glock 19s, the 15 rounders,
Glocks were out
and the,
real fast.
and the Glock 17 rounders, those were all fucking gone within the first half an hour of most sites.
Then like Midway USA was
Midway
like,
was shut down.
Yeah, there was a lot of places that were like, thanks for the business, but you know what?
Nah, I don't think they cared, bro. They made some bank, bro. Because they got that shit back up, and they were selling stuff. But I know Glock mags went like fastest. Then I'm sure ARs would be the second one. But there was still stuff. I mean, like up till the last minute, they were still selling stuff. So a lot of sites were doing like the last minute countdown stuff too. I was seeing that all over the place. So
that's fucking
yeah. But
so
I knew
cool.
a lot of people who got like stick mags and fucking real high capacity magazines, drums and things like that. Fucking awesome. And now you can't. What are you gonna do? The worst thing that's gonna be is if these motherfuckers come out and say now they're all illegal and you can't even own them. That would be the worst case scenario.
And then you have to rebury them.
Then
you got to go fishing again and have a boating
rebury
accident.
them. Sorry,
dude. And that's the fucking stupidest part. Because what a big waste of goddamn money. Like we're just gonna fucking here you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
stupid.
I hate it.
Statism.
I wish I could have gotten my hands on one of those fucking drums, dude. Like that would have been so. I hope that we. I hope that I'm able to get my hands on one when I can fucking afford one.
So not being a dick to anyone that got I'm talking like drums, right, or the Glock stick mags, unless you got like an AR type 9 type thing. But for me personally, I'm gonna stick with the standard capacity. Like so, if it was a Glock, I would stick with the 17 round or the 15 round, depending on it. Or if you're running an AK AR, I'd stick with the fucking 30 because those are the things that actually fit in your kit.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense. So instead of buying 1 or 2 of these drums or these big, 50, 60 round mags, why don't you just buy like 6 of 30s?
Honestly,
because
I was thinking
they're
about
going to run in your gear.
So the
military uses those, not the high cap drums.
Well, so my answer to that is like it comes down to shooting style. So
if you shoot like this,
yeah,
or you shoot like
well, no. So what I like to do, like, so this is all coming from like.
But you can own whatever you want.
Yeah. And this is all coming from the whole like the toy gun aspect of it. What I used to always do is start with a high capacity round, and then have all standard rounds after that, or standard mag.
Oh yeah.
So
well, I know some people
that I can just fucking dump like crazy, and then the rest. I'm
like for example, I know
fun.
some people that have your semi-automatic type rifle, and they have a 40 round mag in their gun, but the rest of the gun or their equipment, they're running the 30s.
Yeah, dude.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like
that makes sense.
I mean, that would be their shit hit the.
But
fan
100
right?
round fucking drum or some crazy shit, dude. You guys ever hold a fucking 8-pound gun or more? And actually do running around and actually shooting.
Sure, it's fucking heavy as fuck.
Heavy.
Yeah.
So think about that.
Oh,
the pounds equal pain kind of thing.
And plus all your gear too. You got to have your ammo and your carrier.
Yeah.
If you're smart, your
until
carrier.
you've gotten like a borderline heat stroke out in the field shooting guns all day and doing that whole stuff. Yeah, you don't understand. Your clothes are like dripping wet and shit. Yeah, that changes some shit real quick. Then you're like, okay, I need to rethink everything about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I just think that like for my starter mag, I'd fucking run a drum.
Sure.
And like that's literal
preference.
shit hits the fan. If that thing needs to come out of my gun,
that's what you need.
That's staying wherever the fuck that gets dumped, and that's good. Then I'm fucking out of there.
Yeah. It's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, but it's still fucking heavy, and if depending on how long if you were based in a location, right, that makes more sense.
Bro.
But if you're humping it like you're walking around, I don't know, bro.
You have to see the Hera arms gear with the drum on it. It looks so fucking.
Dude,
sick.
it looks fucking sweet as fuck, dude. I've seen that.
And that goes into that whole thing we were talking about too earlier about like going camping and stuff, and we were saying like until you actually go up in the crazy rain, you don't really realize what you need. Oh yeah, pull this one up. You don't realize what you need.
Yeah.
So let's see this bad boy.
That thing looks so
that thing's
fucking
cool, man.
tight, dude. With the drum on it, it just looks so sick. It's a fucking space gun.
It weighs 22 pounds.
It probably fucking does.
Yeah.
But I'd like to get. I wouldn't mind getting those. Except I like this right here. They make a CA legal one, which is stupid. Basically, this is blocked
that's
off.
Covered. That's
I don't like
cabbage.
All that crap.
And then you can have that still. But I love how this
so
is like
stupid.
I wanted to get that for my KSG, but then I got the vertical
this grip here.
Yeah, because I seen a guy have it and he said he loved it. But then after I got my foregrip on there with the flashlight and all that shit, I was like, dude, I'm set. I don't.
You liked it enough to.
Yeah. I'm cool.
I mean that's a space gun. We can't even have rifles that are that short anyway.
No.
Right.
So I mean, whatever. I would love to build one of those. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, your average AR is like what, between 7 and 8 pounds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, then you're strapping on something like that, and that fucking mag, fuck, dude, that's got to weigh at least 2 pounds with all those bullets.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I think a fully loaded 30 rounder weighs 2 pounds. Probably.
No. I've weighed them before. They're like 8 ounce or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not even a pound?
No.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, in the P mag.
That's
They're
crazy.
not that bad, and that's why a lot of guys like running
I feel
those
them
instead of the AKs because those are a lot heavier, dude.
I feel
you
them
can tell the difference.
in the
No,
boxes.
AK mags are heavy, dude. AK mags are because the shells are so much bigger,
and the magazine itself is heavier too.
I mean, I just like them better because I know for a fact, dude, if I pull that trigger, it's gonna penetrate what.
Yeah, for sure.
Like center,
it goes into that whole saying the you use the right tool for the job. So it depends on what your job is, right? If it's to obliterate whoever, then that's the what I mean.
But then I got my SOCOM too.
Right. And then you have the 5.56 is more for precision, so it's going to be more your scalpel, and your AK is more your hatchet.
Yep.
Or a hammer.
So or hammer, whatever.
Your cleaver. You're just
sure. So and there, people always give the AK a bad rap for accuracy, bro. I was fucking hitting steel 50 yards without even trying, bro.
Dude, if you get
it was nothing.
If you sit
Iron
there and say
like just nothing.
AKs can't hit for shit. Guess what? You're not running them.
Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, or it's not dialed in.
Yeah,
you got to dial in your fucking gun before
dude,
you
got to
fucking
do
run
your
it.
homework on an ARB, dude.
AK.
Sorry, on your AK, because, dude, I want to get that adjustable gas piston from KNS because AKs are overpowered anyway. So it's like,
and that depends on the ammo you're running too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can adjust it accordingly.
So having adjustments in your in your rifle, in your gas system is pretty important.
Or you could just feed it a lot of beans and it'll give it a lot more gas. Alrighty.
Somebody's got to separate us.
All right. So we got a little gun talk there.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Well, you guys want to hear about this asshole who fucking crashed his car?
Yes.
All right. So apparently, did you read this one already?
No.
Okay.
No. I know that there was a spider involved.
Yeah. So what we got from the title here is that a spider apparently caused a car crash.
Don't you dare touch me!
And I, for one, don't doubt it.
Yeah, he got bit on his wrist, and his name is Peter Parker. So, continue.
Yeah, so he just web slung his way out of there.
Yeah.
You see the open door there.
Yeah.
That's how he exited the vehicle.
Yeah. So, have you ever had that happen when you're, like, driving down the street and a fucking spider just pops up in your fucking car?
Not a spider, no, but I've got, okay, fucking full pucker mode is when I see a bee just coming towards my window.
Yeah,
and I have power windows, but my car's a 94, so it's all slow. I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's the Grim 86 elevator music playing while it's happening as you're shitting yourself, basically. You had a spider in your car do that? I've had it happen a couple times.
No, but there was this one time I was tripping on shrooms, and I was like, you know what? Let's go to the store, sis. And she's like, all right, let's go. And I got in the car, and right when I got in the car, this fat fucking moth came in.
Oh, shit.
And I was like,
you don't want to get in the car on shrooms, bud.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought I could do it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take it to the next level. Let's go to the store. And it's like, dude, no, you do not want to go anywhere.
Oh, my God, bro.
But, dude, that moth was like, it turned into like this thing, and it was like,
you had
like
an
a pterodactyl
experience.
Yeah.
I've had it where I'd be like sitting in the car and literally drop down from the fucking wherever up top. Yeah, somewhere up top. Just big old fucking spider, dude. Yeah, I've swerved a little.
Oh, God.
But, yeah. I always am like, oh, God. Like, what am I going to do? And then the ones that are like, kind of not scary looking as much.
Well,
boom, right against
the
the windshield
little
or
fucking
something.
tiny
Yeah.
ones, you're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
done. Let's
Yeah.
get that the fuck out of here.
But you get those weird ones with the hair and the long.
If they're shiny
if
or
you
hairy,
can see their goddamn fangs, I'm a little sketch on it. You know what I mean?
I don't
if they're
like it.
black it anyway. And
Yeah. What's your favorite color, though?
Black.
Mine, too.
Black's a shade.
Black the color.
Isn't that weird how it's my favorite color, too?
It's mine, too. I wear black because Johnny Cash does. Did you guys hear that song?
The Man in Black.
The Man in Black.
Yeah.
There.
We got another story lined up?
Yeah, so what I think happened after that whole car crash situation was going is I think it led right into this story here. So this is what I think
highly likely
happened.
On the 4100
Way to play
block
these
of
together.
Sepulveda Boulevard.
Yeah.
It was just before 6 a.m. But seconds after
6
This is
a.m.
what happened. You got a spider in the car. Oh, fuck!
Oh, right on the
Glass.
treadmill,
It's like
bro.
mostly glass wall.
Oh,
SUV slams through the window. Kivosh is thrown to the ground. As I was flying back, I saw the treadmill coming at me. So
Wait, is that a
I forced
Tesla?
it
No,
to
that's
the
a
side
Benz.
Mercedes.
My
to
bad.
avoid being crushed.
It shook the whole building immediately when it entered.
Gym manager Nick
No
Vieira
shit.
ran to help.
I'm looking to see if there's more victims. There's nobody there.
But he notices the female driver get out of her car.
When I hear it, it's pretty normal.
Fucking spider in there, man.
There's a little bit of a lack of concern, but from what I hear, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, she could have been in shock. Who knows? She didn't look like she was wearing shoes.
What the fuck is going? It's 6 something in the morning.
She's hungover as fuck. She has no idea what's going on.
Sprang into action.
My friend who's a copy had prevented her from.
I thought this is the Starbucks drive-thru.
Right?
So it's a little bit of a concern.
Incredibly, Kibosh sustains only.
Oh, damn, that hurt.
You're just
that's
on the
gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, you're just on the treadmill texting.
Yeah.
Then your pelvis is crushed.
You learn that life is a gift and to cherish every moment.
All right, whatever.
And,
Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's crazy, bro. I was just trying to like hear what she was like, what the lady was. Like.
Yeah.
That's freaking weird, man. Like she just didn't seem concerned about it. Like,
Well, but they're trying to say like maybe she might have been in shock or something. Like she doesn't really know what's going on.
if you did that, you would be like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Depends. I mean,
Yeah.
if she maybe the airbag went off.
I bet
and
she's on
fucking knocked
meds,
her-
bro.
Something, yeah.
God damn it.
Doesn't know where her fucking shoes are. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I don't know. All right.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Did you ever do that, Aaron? Drive into a building?
I backed up into a brick wall once.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same.
No, I don't think that's the same at
No.
all.
No.
No.
Nope.
No visible damage. No
I know one of my
anything.
buddies backed into another one of my buddies' vehicles, so shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are.
Are they a Freedom Fighter? They watch the show?
Look at this shit.
Oh.
You're
All right.
welcome.
To shout out without giving a shout out. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the only thing left for us to do is to watch
Jump
this
onto
fucking,
this.
to
Yeah.
just get angry.
All right.
So this our first topic, our freedom topic, is going to be about water consumption or water conservation, technically. So you guys all remember California was in a pretty bad spot. We're going through a drought. We were all heavily encouraged to conserve as much water as we can, take short showers, redirect.
for as long as I can remember.
Yeah,
They've
like,
been saying this.
redirect your drain water to water your plants and shit like that. So basically, my folks at their place, they had it, dude. We could take a 5-minute shower. The water, my dad set up a valve system in the bathroom with all these PVC pipes and shit that went throughout and out the window. The first minute you were allowed to let it warm up, and you had to have this valve cranked over, and it would pipe the water outside, and it would fill into a 5-gallon bucket. And then the next minute, you were able to crank it over, and then it would be in there. You have to jump in there, take a shower, get out. So
Right.
that's how our family did it for
So you could,
a long time.
Yeah, you could
conserve
water things with the other. With that.
Yeah, well, because we had a garden, right?
Yeah,
so you
that
would
makes sense.
use the clean water to
Yeah,
to
and
water
most
the
people
garden.
aren't even willing to do that much.
It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot
So-
of people are just going to do the whole like instead of taking a 5-minute shower, I'm going to take a 3-minute or whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, they went fucking extreme.
That's fucking cool.
And so now we're just gonna watch the video.
Yeah,
But yes,
it's going to explain what's going
Yeah.
on in San Jose, California.
Jack's $4.99
Oh,
fish sandwich combo.
yeah.
Sure.
It's a deal so
Hey,
good,
I recommend the fish sandwich combo. By the way,
Yeah.
I was just talking about that.
No shit.
We do have to watch it again. Apparently, I had it all queued up, but we got to listen to Jack talk
Capitalism.
about his fucking bullshit,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean,
Sure.
it's not if you
$4.99.
like fish sticks.
Oh, and it goes through it again.
Yeah, if you like cheap fish, it's good.
Fuck you, Jack. I'm
It's
hungry.
good.
That sounds so sketch, though. When you say it that way.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a fucking
Oh,
party.
here we go. Here we go.
It really went down. People were really conserving and pitching in. In some cases, the water use went down as much as 30%, or very close to 30%. And because of that, San Jose Water is now asking state regulators to approve a 1-year-long surcharge to make up for that.
Conservation is great, but it comes with a cost. That's exactly
Insane.
right.
San Jose Water is very frank about it. As
Conservation
its
comes at a cost?
220,000 households or 1
That's
million
not-
customers cut back
that's
water
not how it
use
works.
during the drought. It left the investor-owned company $9 million short. So it has asked the California Public Utilities Commission to allow it to add a surcharge for 1 year of 2.25%. That will
God,
raise the average
Jesus
bill by
Christ.
$2.19 per month. Customer Tina Casolino isn't
Fuck that.
happy.
I'm being punished for doing the right thing.
Yep.
already
She's
paying
absolutely
up.
right.
$31
Straight up. Okay, let's-
service charge.
Go ahead, pause if you
Yeah,
want.
let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly We're doing
the right thing.
Exactly what we were told to do, exactly what we're supposed to be doing, but now we're going to get punished for it. So it's basically, fuck the environment, where's my money? That's exactly what these statist fucks are saying, dude.
And then some people would say, oh, it's not the state. It's a big business. Well, that's all ran, but the same fuckers are fucking scratching each other's backs. Right? I mean, that's what we're always dealing with, the same thing with these huge corporate San Jose Water's monopoly on the freaking water. Right?
Yeah.
Like there is no other alternative source to doing that.
No, because chances are
there is no free market.
They get lobbyists in to make sure that business will always be in control of it. There's no free market regulation, or there's no free market, right? There is extreme regulation.
Just monopoly.
So there's no way to combat this. In a free market, we could say, fuck this water company.
I'm going with someone else.
Exactly. Yeah. Start my own water company with hooker and blackjacks.
Yeah.
Hooker and blackjacks.
Yeah.
I meant to say blackjack and hookers.
The flavor's a little weird, but Speaking of fish.
Speaking of fish.
Hey-oh. Oh shit. Yeah. So was there anything else that you want to say on that one? Or, I mean on that part?
No, we can keep watching it.
Yeah,
yeah. Let's keep watching it. I'm still sad I said
I want to see this.
Hookers and blackjacks backwards though.
It happens.
Is previously authorized by state regulators, and $40
there you go.
for water use every 2 months. Then there's the new proposed surcharge. The neighborhood blog next door is filled with complaints from other San Jose Water customers. The service area covers most of San Jose, plus the communities of Campbell, Saratoga, Los Gatos, and Cupertino. San Jose Water Corporate Communications Director Jamie Ackman says water rates don't begin to cover its expenses.
If we have to rely on the amount of water that we sell to recover fixed costs as well, and water sales drop precipitously, then we can't cover our costs.
Oh, horse shit.
Fuck you, water should be free.
Was due to expenses to promote conservation to meet state and regional goals of 20%.
You know, we're required to send out educational information when there is conservation guidelines in place so that our customers are aware and can attempt to meet those guidelines.
Customers met the challenge. What? The 13 retail water companies supplied by
so they want money for selling a renewable resource.
Well, yeah, but I mean they're maintaining and running the pipes and they're doing all that. There's definitely a service being provided there. It's just that there's no what's it called? There's no other competition to pick. You know, and the state's fucking enforcing everything that's what they're doing right now, right? They're basically going like, "Hey, we didn't get our way and we saved money, and so now we need more money back because we lost all this revenue. So Big Brother Daddy, you know, the state, can you force these people at gunpoint to pay us our fucking money?" Is what they're saying.
Fucking
crazy.
The problem that I have is that literally what she just said is that they're not going to have enough money to cover the costs. I'm like, are you fucking sure? Somebody's profiting wildly off of this.
How much money does it really? Kind of what you're saying, Aaron. But like, how does it? What exactly is so expensive about it? Like, I don't.
You can't tell me the fucking CEO of that company.
You just saw the map of how big that area is, everyone, freedom fighters. You saw that whole thing. They're making all that money off of all those fucking people in Campbell through San Jose. We all live in this area. It's a huge area. Yeah.
Saratoga is rich as fuck, dude.
Absolutely.
Los Gatos,
they run
same thing.
all that water. You're going to tell me they're not making enough money? It's just like when we talked about the PG&E on the other shows. It's the same thing. They have a monopoly on it.
But
it's
how
not free
often
market.
do they maintain everything?
Oh, I don't know, man. But you got employees working on all that. It's just like it's no different than PG&E, right? So it's the same concept.
What I'm saying though is that like there is someone like at the very top that owns that business
of course.
That is sad that he's not making $4 million a year or something.
Right, or more. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like
council of people who could be too.
Which is and I'm not saying it's not his right to make $4 million a year, but I'm what I'm saying is that like really like.
So how much money do these stupid motherfuckers go out and tell you how to save? Like they had all these brochures and videos and all this shit about fucking conservation and saving water, and now they're bitching when you all did a great job and should be applauded for saving 30% of California's water in that area.
You saved too much.
Like what the fuck?
We're gonna fucking tax you because you saved too much.
Absolutely.
She literally said that. She said we had to go whenever there's an educational program where we have to teach people how to conserve water. We have to provide the materials necessary to teach them how to do that. And now we lost money because of it. Well, you did it to your fucking selves. That was kind of the point, wasn't it?
Right. But like, you got what you wanted, right? Like you wanted this to happen, and now you're mad because you're not making money off of it. You know what I mean? Like that, I don't. Like, how can anyone, and you know you're going to have all these statists be on board with it, like, well, they need to, have their money.
So what it is you provide a service, And that service is to provide people with the information to do that service themselves, and then you complaining that you're not making money providing that service anymore.
But this, you know what? This is a great example of looking into the future, right? With all these renewable energies, and I'm all for it all, right? Jamie's all for it. I know that. I don't know if you are, but you're for all this. Like, I'm for all this green energy shit. I'm not for it in the sense of, like, once we achieve a goal like this, right, then now we're going to punish the people further. Because who's to say that, like, they find a better way of doing solar panels or windmills or whatever, and it starts bringing in too much energy, and then they do the same kind of thing, right? And they are doing that with the solar panels on the houses, right? They're getting too much fucking energy, and then they're like, okay, well, you know, we can't have your your house off grid, right? Your house has to be locked into the grid. So at the most you're gonna get is a check from us saying that you did whatever. Wouldn't you really, if you were so pro environmentalism, wouldn't you want the houses to all be self sufficient with water and electricity? Like, that would be your goal, right? So then you don't have to do that, and that's what it should be, the goal to bring us into the future, right? Like, that ideally should be the objective of these people, right?
You would think so.
By the way that you stupid fucking environmentalist motherfucking socialist fucks talk, that's what we should be having, right? But yet you guys are fucking loving the government. Like, that's what the government's the fucking answer, right? It's always the fucking answer, and look what happens. It's a great example. I didn't even think of it that way till I triggered myself. But it's true, dude.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers go out there and you tell us, oh, Mother Earth and all this bullshit, and then you go on about, like, how do you conserve water and how do you save electricity and whatever. But now look what happens. And then you guys are going to be the first ones like, oh, well, they do need to make their money. Right? And so, like I said, the greatest example is this with the water, and when you get your solar panels on your house, and you cannot be off the grid. You have to be connected to the system. So you guys are your fucking whole ideology might be started on, like, good shit, right? Good intentions and whatever, but then it ends up being like, no, state's still going to have the ultimate answer.
Yeah, daddy's still going to tell you what's best for you.
It's fucking force.
Bullshit. Let's finish up.
I got triggered.
Finish up fucking watching the last of this video here. I want to see if
if they say anything.
Fucking horse shit they're going to tell us now.
28% during the drought. Now, the surcharge has not yet been approved by state regulators. This is the public comment period, though, and many
what was the point of that?
Customers
why is he
like
wasting
the
water?
surcharge say they're going to step up and complain.
Okay.
Well, maybe if he wasn't
What was the
conserving
point
it.
of that fucking nonsense?
Well, okay, I think
31% with that cup.
The cut ran long. Like, they were supposed to tell him that they were rolling before.
Because it was live.
Yeah.
But what was the point of him dumping it out?
I don't know.
That's what I meant.
Well, hey, technically, if you think about it, he's dumping out. He's wasting it. He's helping us because he's consuming it.
If not, dude, we would be at 31%. He would have put us over that mark with that cup.
I don't know, dude. That really infuriates me, bro. Like, that's like what I've been hearing. 41 years old. I've been hearing this bullshit, like, at least through the 90s till current, about we need to have different energy sources and alternatives and all this stuff. And when you start to get a fucking answer, then they go and punish you for it. It's fucking insane. Oh, well, that's big business doing it. No, it's not. You just heard that they have monopoly on the whole thing. They're a corporation, and they're all ran by the government. And there's a revolving door between that. There's nothing free market about that. So wake the fuck up. They're fucking... All this is about is ultimately, once again, power and control. I feel like we always come to that conclusion, that they want to just boss us. Don't boss me, bro.
That's a big fucking hashtag right now.
Yeah. And there's
we're trying to make it that way.
And there's so many of you Californians out there that are, like, so pro, like, environment and stuff, but, like, look at this. You should be infuriated. Like, this and the what do you call it? The solar panels. Like, that shit should piss you off.
It almost seems like if you are a true environmentalist, you would have to be a free market capitalist, because there needs to be competition. Otherwise, how
I know a lot of people just got triggered right now, and I love it. That's why I'm smiling.
Good. I mean, I don't see how you can be a collectivist or a socialist and be a true environmentalist, because you are you're taking from others and redistributing and shit like that. And that's forced. That's wrong.
Basically what they were doing. They were doing
right?
a private market version of socialism, is what they were doing. But it wasn't really private because it's sanctioned through the government. But you know what I mean, like adding that tax
makes
on.
my fucking head hurt.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, bro. Triggered.
Shit. Well,
All right, so we got something funny now because I'm pissed.
let's bring the fucking
I got pissed.
blood pressure level down
Yeah.
here for a little bit.
Breathe
We're
in.
going to watch some assholes fuck themselves up and doing CrossFit because, I mean, that's pretty funny.
Oh,
right?
yeah, sure. Nice shorts, bro.
I know. Dude, watch this guy. This guy's an absolute monster.
Fucking beast right here.
He's a
Beast mode.
specimen.
Get it.
Yeah.
Look at that form.
Look at this.
Bam.
I nailed it.
Stuck
Yeah,
the landing.
see, the judge was happy with that landing. She's like, yeah. What's this fucker?
Yeah, is this an exercise you ever heard of before?
I've never heard of it. What?
Put your hand on the top of the rings. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. Oh, nope, exactly what you thought was going to happen.
What the fuck was that?
What?
I don't
I'm
know.
good. I'm good.
Are you Spider-Man?
Okay,
What is
this
she
looks
doing?
stupid.
What is she?
Yeah, stand on a kettlebell. That's what
Yeah,
you're supposed
well,
to do with
yeah.
them. Okay. That was
Yeah, she didn't get hurt.
anticlimactic, but let's see this guy.
Oh,
and there it goes. There goes the mirror.
Nailed it.
Oh, squat. Oh, did he?
Oh, my God.
God. I was not expecting that one.
It's just, CrossFit people are really fit, but they're not too smart.
This is gonna be bad. Yeah, the music too. Nailed it, bro. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh shit.
Jesus, don't try and help her or anything. Fuck.
All right. Or at least dodge.
Is that
out
the
of
Stone
way.
Cold Steve Austin music?
A little bit.
Nailed it.
Ooh,
Knocked over one
What
dude.
did he do to you?
oh shit! What the fuck was that?
Oh, he got hung up on something.
Or not to be.
What was that
Not to
noise?
be.
That was a Schwarzenegger clip.
Not to be.
Not to be. Dude, that was from
Where did she go?
I don't know. She took off, dude.
The Last Boy Scout. No, that wasn't the
Hey.
Last Boy Scout. Last
This is
Action
our
Hero.
song.
Yeah.
There's our elevator music. It's
All
a different part of the song.
Let's hear it. Was she wearing a weight belt? She
Yeah, she had a
couldn't even
plate on in front of her.
couldn't even reach it. Fuck, I don't think I could do that.
Oh shit!
Not that I'm anybody. Well, the quality's just excellent here.
Yeah, better be good.
Not worth it. We don't have to watch this whole thing. I recall it's pretty long.
Let's do one more after
Whoa,
this.
whoa, 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 whoa. What is that?
One more
What is that?
after
What is that? What is that?
What the fuck was that? Like,
Hold on. dude. Whoa, whoa.
oh, ninja training, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got
So
the
I'm
side,
glad I
the
said one
Fucking
more.
Michael Dudikoff here,
Sidekick.
like American Ninja.
sidekick.
What was that? Dude?
Oh, she's gonna do those.
I think they're.
Oh, she's trying to do a flyaway. What the fuck was that?
Yeah,
All
she
right,
did
that
a good
was
fall away.
yeah. Fucking own.
Wow.
Oh man, she really dropped it like it's hot, Jamie.
Jesus, dropped her ass like it was hot. Fuck, dude.
Alrighty, let's go to a break and then we'll come back to this guy.
One more. I mean, it's
Sure?
It's 60
Short?
seconds.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's real short. So what this is, dude? There's no sound, no anything. This is
No?
an AK muzzle flash, deflecting the rain that's coming down on top of it. Dude, this
What?
is so fucking bad. Watch this. Watch. Look at this.
That is sick.
How fucking
That
tight,
was
dude.
sick, dude.
I think you can do it in slow mo. Look at that.
That is so cool.
Dude, that reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z when they like
Pretty
hit,
much, right?
And it's like, or like the Matrix, the third Matrix, when Neo and Agent Smith are fighting.
It also
yeah.
reminded me of that one time that we went to a break.
Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in.
We kind of are like the Deadpool of podcasts, guys.
We're the anti-podcast.
Yeah. We are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We
you
sure are.
freedom fighters are welcome out there.
That's right.
I suppose that's kind of a good way to look at it,
Yeah.
really.
Maximum effort.
Up ready.
Okay, all right. Kenny, you want to tell us where to subscribe?
Again, subscribe, like, hit that bell notification on YouTube, Twitter, Patreon,
Facebook,
Pornhub, Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud. Ooh, tweet at us on Twitter. Once again, our Twitter handle is... Oh, no.
Alcohol.
86_first.
We are also on Facebook. Get in discussions with us, as some of our freedom fighters have in the last couple.
Yeah.
We are also on Patreon. You can help sponsor us on Patreon. Go in there, check us out.
So we
Some
promise
of us look good.
that any money donated through Patreon will go directly towards better production equipment,
Yes.
merchandise, and big ass beers for me.
And like I said, subscribe, like, share, definitely share. Anything you learn here, share with us in the comments or share with your friends, loved ones, grandparents.
To show everybody.
Possums, dogs, cats, ferrets.
Yeah, tell your mama.
We're trying to get into that ferret market.
We are now available on Pornhub.
Yes, we are on Pornhub, ladies and gentlemen.
That is official.
For your viewing pleasure.
And I will be making that sound every time we say
I feel like the
Pornhub.
viewers might get distracted a little bit, though.
Please stay focused.
Yeah.
Don't dilly-dally too long, and don't go down the rabbit hole.
Subscribe. Don't be a square and subscribe.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a square. I'm just sharp on all four corners.
Oh, man.
Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification.
Leave comments.
Yeah, leave comments.
What you don't like about the show.
Right?
Welcome back.
We back.
It's the shout-out time. All right, shout-out to Steven. Steven, my boy John. Shout-out to Joe. What up? He had me over at his house the other day. Had a good time over there. So what up to you? And also I met a guy on the old Instagram. Had a good conversation with him. Spencer, what up to you? That was a pretty cool little conversation we had. Jamie, you have any shout-outs?
Just the usual. Shout out to Valerie. Shout out to Misty and Todd. Shout out to Ashley and Chase.
What up?
I don't have any new
ones.
Yeah, no new ones. We got new people that. Shout out to Kurt.
Shout out to Ray.
He's a new freedom fighter. Yeah, shout out to Ray. We got conversation about that later. We have. It was easier for me to get people to follow us on Instagram than it is to get people to watch the show. And I think it's because
wants to put their time in.
Yeah. So there's. We got some other people that are watching us on Instagram,
memes.
which is cool. Yeah. So there's that. I don't know. We got a lot of other Instagram people, but they're not going to hear this, so I'm not going to bother with giving them a shout out. So
go fuck yourselves.
Watch the fucking show, then you get a goddamn shout out.
Absolutely.
On my 2-bit podcast.
Aaron, you got?
Shout out to my wife, my son. Sorry I missed your basketball practice. I know you're super pissed at me, but I'm doing this for you, for your future, for freedom. Shout out to Chuck. I know you're one of the new subscribers, bro.
Ooh, nice.
You told me you were, and I believed you. We go back many, many moons. 20 years, dude. But yeah.
Many a fortnight.
Many a fortnight.
Nice, man.
But yeah, thanks, dude. Much love. And anybody else, dude? Dude, if you watch, dude, if you fucking sit there and you talk to us on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, dude, much love to you because we know who you are.
Yeah.
Corey, Nathan, Michael. There's 2 Michaels in this. There's one in here, and there's one over there. Colorado? I call them the Kalashnikov brothers. My Kalashnikov bros. Much love.
Right on, man. Good to go. All right. So we were just talking right before this, before we started recording during our break. We were just talking about mindset and how I'll set it up how when you ever start talking about if you're prepper minded or survival minded or self-defense minded, I don't know. That's probably a good way to say it. You start going like, well, what if I don't this? Or what if such and such happens? Like a bad case scenario happens, or what we were talking about earlier is a spouse, or it could be a girlfriend-boyfriend situation, or a mom and dad, or a family, and you might not be able to get back. Now that family member that was everyone in that unit was relying on to defend them because they might be the gun guy or the martial arts guy or whatever it is, right?
Or just in general, the guy who's like, you know what? If you're not going to do this for yourselves, I'm going to do it for us.
Right.
And as long as you guys have me, then you guys are set. Because that's where I'm at. As long,
right.
As much as my family, would love to be like, you know what, we're with you. We got guns, we got training, and all that other stuff. It's like they don't. My wife, swears to God that she could just sit up there and like, well, if you have the gun and it's loaded, I could shoot whoever it is. Like if
what happens if you have to reload?
Yeah. Or what happens if there's more than one guy? How do
what
you know?
happens if you have to get out of the house because it caught on fire?
But
see, that was the point of what we were talking about, is that people don't think like us.
No.
The average Joe. But they should.
Threat assessment.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean you have to be living in fear. I think we've talked about this before too, Jamie, haven't we? Like, you don't have to really be living in fear to prepare.
No.
You just are using common sense.
I think a lot of people will use that argument against people who are survival-minded or
that's
prepper-minded
what my point was.
Yeah. You're just paranoid. What are you so afraid of? And it's like, well,
not a goddamn thing.
I think one of the things...
Not anymore.
One of the answers that I've never just been able to openly give people about being like a prepper or survivalist is, it's fucking fun to me, dude.
Well, yeah, there's a hobby fun part of it, but if you didn't think it was fun, because clearly the people that we were just talking about don't think it's fun, but you do love your family, right? You do love everyone else, so do it out of obligation, just like as if you were going to cook a meal or you were going to clean the house. Like, what's the difference? This is actually more important.
Or
really.
if you take out that fat-ass life insurance claim.
Insurance too, yeah.
That's what you do. You guys sit there and oh man, if anything ever happens to me, my family's taken care of. It's happens to me and my dad. My dad passed away when I was young, dude, and at least we had that to go on. You know what I mean?
It's still, but basically what you're saying is it is an insurance plan.
Yeah.
So just by you
and in
training,
case shit, in case stuff, because honestly, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know. Because honestly, there's a lot of people.
How many people have fire extinguishers in their house but don't even know how to use them?
There's a lot. How many people don't even have fire extinguishers in their house?
Well, there's that too.
How many people don't even have
smoke
fucking batteries in their smoke detectors, dude?
Yeah.
And
so just taking it out of the violent end of it.
And people think because you're a prepper or you're this or something wrong with you. You know what? There is, because there's been stuff in my past where my grandparents' house burned down. The fucking, the dryer, fucking something happened with the dryer, the whole house burned down. Thankfully they had enough savings in other places and alternate houses to go to where they could live and everything, but not everybody has that.
No, most people don't have that. That's good, yeah.
And people say, you know what, you're a big dude. Why are you into guns so much? It's like, you know why? When I was 14, 15, 16, I remember, I was asleep, my dad was up doing whatever, right? So it's a school night. So I'm woken up in the middle of the night. My dad's like, hey, I need you to go in the front. Dude, what the fuck's going on? Me and my brother are looking like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And there's all these flashlights in the backyard. We're all, what the fuck? And then, my dad's talking to the cops. So apparently this guy stole a car, wrecked it, jumped a few fences, was trying to get in because he seen there was a light open, a light on. like
in the house or whatever,
house,
and he was trying to get in.
And he was trying to get in. And, my dad being my size, 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", dude, you get the fuck out of here. So they found the guy around on the, the side of our house in the shed. But what would have happened if he would have jumped in one of the windows that me and my brother were in?
Was he armed or no? Oh, you don't know because he could have ditched too.
I don't know.
But yeah, what if he had a gun?
I don't know.
And your pops could have come to the, to the door with a firearm, and then it would have wouldn't have it. But that's what made you kind of freaked out. Like, you need a goddamn
honestly,
gun.
Because people don't give a fuck. And plus, my mom's been, she's been robbed several times, up in San Jose for bullshit. It's like, I've been robbed. I've had my car stolen. I've had stuff stolen out of my car. It's like,
I've had things taken out of my car before.
Yeah, I don't trust people nowadays because it's so bad. You know what I mean? The climate that we live in is so bad, and it's like, you have to have that state of mind where.
Well, and that's why you would prepare to bring it back in a little bit.
Yes.
You'd prepare to be, you'd have firearms, minimum of a pepper spray or something like that.
Something.
Carry a knife. You'd have some kind of things to actually actively, if you were there, you could help protect yourself to get away or defend your property if you needed to. And then also you can also buy like the club for your car.
Yeah.
Different alarm systems that are sensitive. There's different ways to handle it.
So
So you could argue that that's prepping too.
Yeah.
So it's no different from your house.
So I have a buddy of mine who drives an old and it's an old, I'm talking like 80s, I think, Honda Civic. So very easy to steal, right?
Number one. Yeah.
Dude,
Hold on.
I have a 86 K5 Blazer that literally I have taken the key from my 76 Blazer, put it and started in my 86, and it starts right up.
Okay. So that's not what I'm talking about. Let me finish my statement here. So he has a fucking club on the steering wheel. And there's a fucking kill switch inside the car, and there's a terminator on the battery posts. So you can you have to lock it down. So there's 3 things that make it so you can't steal that car, and it's like the odds of anybody getting past
prepping.
all 3. It totally is.
That's prepping.
I think
right
it's cool as fuck, dude.
Yeah. You have all these different kill switches, all these ways to, yeah, exactly. So there's no difference between that or like we were saying earlier with you brought up the smoke alarms.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure your shit's up to date. Check your batteries. Make sure your weeds are trimmed back away from your house. That you don't have piles of garbage around your house, and make sure you know how to use your fire extinguishers. Shit, I know I have 1 or 2 that I need to look at because I have a bunch of them, but you got to look at them, and so they all operate slightly different. So check them out,
dude. I remember in school, in elementary school, they taught us how to turn off the gas to your house if you smell gas.
Oh, yeah, they would never do that now.
Oh, no,
I know.
not now. But remember back in the day, they were all, after the 89 earthquake, they were really big on that. They were all about fucking...
Well, this was up north where I learned this.
Right, and turn off your water main a lot of times, too.
I still don't know how to do...
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think I... Where is my water main?
I'll show you this one at some point. So.
Yeah, I immediately think of my folks' place.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, where is it? Yeah, but I know where the gas main is.
That just reminded me of something else I need to get. So, well, I have it. I just need to get it out. So,
all right.
Yeah, it's a tool. So,
it's a
not
tool.
a weapon.
Yeah, not
it's
to be
actually
confused.
a tool. Yeah, different kind of tool.
Got a tool for you. Don't spit out your drink.
That happened on one of the shows. Remember, I drank and I spit out. I think it was Chris or you. Somebody triggered me and I fucking spit. I was like, God damn it.
The classic spit take.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, all right. All right, so we can get into the space exploration.
Yeah, so you cool off the whole
the
mindset
prepping thing? Yeah, was there anything else you wanted to add about that, or are you pretty good on that?
No, just stay up on your game and watch your back, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Protect your neck.
Right.
I've been really working on my the time I spend in white mode. Like just
okay, so
every day.
let's go on to that for 1 second.
Okay.
Just explain that real quick.
So they teach you
because we've talked about this.
Yeah, depending on who you listen to, right? There's 4 different modes: white, yellow, orange, and red. And as you move through those, we'll call them states of like mental being,
Gotcha.
I guess.
Yep.
They're essentially threat assessment levels, right? So if you're on white, it means you're completely unaware of your surroundings. It means you're completely relaxed. This is something that most people are when they're in their home.
Which we all talked about how we, as Grim 86, we all agreed, like, we don't even think that should exist.
Yeah.
Unless you're asleep because you can't do anything about it.
It is. But that's the thing is, like, I mean, if we're being 100% honest, like, I feel like it's kind of hard to always be on yellow, but that's kind of something that I'm working on, right? Yeah. Because it is something that I would like train. Yeah, train for that.
So yellow is relaxed and aware, and then orange?
So, yes, I'm aware of my surroundings, but I'm still calm. Orange is that I've identified somebody who could potentially be a threat, and so I may be watching this one person a little bit more than I'd be watching the rest of the people. Still keeping an eye on my surroundings, making sure that everything is clear, making sure I have clear exit if I need to, but always keeping an eye on my potential threat. And then red is that man or woman is a threat, and now I have to do something about it. So,
or wild dog. Could be anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or car.
Just
could
a
be a car
threat. It's
running
a
right at you.
confirmed threat. It is It is an active threat to you.
So those are good ways. The yellow is where you want to be at all the time. When you identify things, it's orange, and red is when you got to act. And you, like he was saying, it's really hard not to be in white when you're like playing your video games or whatever, or watching a movie, right, or whatever, or even sleeping. However, you can still kind of cheat that because you got your fucking firearm ready to go. You're listening to other things. There's ways to still be alert. You have your doors and locks on your house and car or whatever. So there is ways that you are kind of yellow at the same time, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've already done things to make us be able to go into yellow like really fast.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean?
Yeah.
Or orange or red, right? Because you could just skip all together.
Someone
right?
comes through a fucking plate glass window in your house, like that's
you're going to red.
Yeah, locked and loaded.
Absolutely, bro. And so I think just to bring all that in, that was good you brought that up. Actually, we actually we talked about that on the show. I don't remember how many episodes ago that was. Maybe like 3 or 4. Maybe a little bit more than that.
We've probably talked about it more than once. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's something that's normal, like to us. And so when people don't think that's normal to think that way, it's like, no, you should be thinking that way. That should be normal. You should be worried about that stuff.
I got one for you. Yeah. On the same topic here, I was talking with this guy at work, and old guy. He's got like a veteran cap on. He's got a shirt tucked into like OD green BDU pants, and he's wearing combat boots. Right. He's got a belt on, like a rigger's belt. So he already looks like he's ex-military. He's something, right? And he says, yeah, well, I need these parts. I got to do it, blah, blah, blah. I get him the adapters he needs, trying to connect his phone to a projector or whatever the fuck have you.
Right.
And he's teaching a class. He says, I need it, and I'm teaching this class in like 20 minutes, and I got to go here, blah, 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 whatever. So I get him the stuff he needs. I said, curious, like, what kind of class do you teach? He goes, I teach a personal awareness class.
Nice.
And so I asked him if he went through the color spectrum. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I do.
Nice.
And so But then, so I was like, cool, we agree. He didn't ask me what they were or anything, and then I immediately just knew that this guy was a fucking hack.
Uh-oh, what happened?
He said within the first 5 minutes of the class, he has someone come in and shoot him. Are you out of your fucking mind?
So he did that to prove that things could happen at any point is probably what his point was.
Right, but I'm saying, like, dude, are you not fucking worried that one of these people is an active carrier? Like, not one. You're not worried. You come into a fucking classroom, start shooting at the instructor. Like, you don't think one of those people is going to fucking draw on you eventually? Like, that just seems like a fucking terrible idea.
It does. I mean, and you might have scared someone half to death. There's probably a time and a place for that, because you could always be like, okay, what, you set that whole situation up for that, like when you're doing training. You know what I mean?
And he said something
in the class.
In the class, and he said something along the lines of, like I asked him, okay, like what did you see? What did you hear? What did you notice as the event took place? They and of course, like during something as traumatizing as that, they're gonna be like, fucking nothing. I was under a desk.
It's like Jim Carrey doing the karate class in Living Color.
Oh,
no, come at me like this. Sorry.
I never got to see that
Oh,
one.
you need to watch that one. Sorry.
It has to be a certain way. You have to attack me so I could defend.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Kind of like that video you showed of the African chick and the dude, and she was holding her baby, and it's like,
I said that on.
And I seen that,
message.
and I seen that before, and I just, in a page that I, fucking a preppers page, and it's like, and I just put, the whole Dr. Evil right.
Yeah, well, it was basically making fun of all these fake ass martial arts that are out there.
Yeah.
And there's tons
and it
of
was
them.
fucking like,
not that all are, but there's a lot of fake ones. Yeah. You saw some of those weird kicks and stuff that was like that wouldn't even do anything.
So devastating, and she's holding it.
We should have pulled that up. Dude.
My fafavorite are like the chi ones where they like knock.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
so great.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just pull this up so that way you guys know what the fuck we're talking about.
All right, so here it is.
Fire away. And like that guy can't react at all in that whole time.
He's startled.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's startled. And she's so lightning fast.
Yeah, she's got a kid in her hand, so
it's Captain. It's Captain Marvel.
And the weird part about this martial art, it only works when you're listening to reggae music, though. Just so you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you're high as fuck.
Yeah, I know. Is that what it is? Like,
dude, look at this. Look at, like, you're not going to move or anything during all this? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what kind of kick was that?
Look at that. He's stunned. Why wouldn't he be incapacitated on that?
Dude, that is, the freedom fighters didn't need to know what the fuck we were talking about. Now they see. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Ew, awesome song
that was fucking brutal.
It is. Well, I'm glad you watched it earlier. At first, I was like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" Yeah.
It was like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
I follow a couple pages with that.
And it's funny because it was like they were serious about it, and I'm like,
oh yeah, that heel kick that she did is just like insane to me. Like that doesn't even exist. Like, what is that?
No, the whole like.
And then pause, right? Because he was never reacting.
So powerful and fast, I cannot.
It was the hypnotizing music that was handling it, though. Maybe that wasn't a kid; it was like a boombox.
Fucking.
And then we just
pass
thought it was
that
a kid.
shit. If it's like that, pass that shit, homie.
It was horrible.
Damn.
Yeah, if you're gonna go do martial arts or train, like getting back to everything that we were just talking about,
train.
Find real shit. Don't go to this bullshit. Fake news, martial arts, or like he was just talking about that awareness instructor guy. You got to be smart about it.
Fuck. Have you guys ever heard of Zert?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I know what it is. When you asked me last time about that, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you said what it was, I know what it is.
Yeah, I was. And it was funny because my
it's a
buddy
zombie. Explain it real fast.
A zombie eradication response team. I mean, it sounds really fucking cheesy.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, because you actually meet a bunch of people in your area that like to go out and shoot guns and everything else. I mean, they're a bunch of preppers and.
It is a joke, right? Like it's not.
No.
Like
I don't think
they don't literally think there's going to be a zombie apocalypse happening, but they are generally training for a zombie apocalypse.
I would say have to. The ones that I've.
Well, here it is. When they think of zombies, when I think of zombie, I don't think of like the undead coming to eat you. I think of like the unprepared that when shit hits the fan and they don't have food and the trucks don't come.
Yeah.
In a week, it's like fuck. They'll do whatever they can to get, food.
Yeah,
to the kid
a lot of different gun channels will refer to the crazy hordes of people
as zombies.
Yeah, as zombies.
When you're hungry and you're all that other stuff, it's like you're in a feed mode. You have to eat. And people get all fucking crazy.
Nom, 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 nom. That's how the robot sounds. So.
I'm desperate. Oh, my God, I have to eat. And so
we haven't done that in a long time, robot voices.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I was happy to see it go, Johnny.
I'll have to work on that one.
But it's back. Now.
Beep, bop, beep.
Now we can't stop.
Oh, shit.
But, my buddy was like, hey, you should check this show out. It's on National Geographic. And it was like the whole Zert thing, and it was like,
I think I saw that.
It was really fucking cheesy.
Yeah.
If you watch it now, now that I watched it, it's
or
really cheesy.
you could just get a bunch of cool people that you know and train.
Which would be better.
Which is way better.
But
if you really didn't have anything else, I guess it is kind of better than that. I don't know. I just say go out and seek real fucking... Getting back to what I was saying, though, originally, go find real training.
Do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah, if you know people that are like current or former military or police, maybe you can, friends, neighbors, family, whatever, maybe they can teach you some stuff. If you have some guys that are really good into guns, I guess you can go do that. But you can ultimately just, your money where your mouth is, go out and get some legit training is what I would recommend for most people. So same with martial arts, same with anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just find it. And, weed through them. Like, when I was back in the day going through different martial arts schools, I looked at, 40 different places, between, 40 styles, I'm sorry. And I was going through all those different styles. And then when I went to the places, I still went through probably, 10 before I found the one I really wanted to. And, yeah, when they were doing a lot of eye gouging and groin stuff, I kind of go, that's the one I want.
There it is.
When they're like, rip off the guys, yeah.
Was
I'm
that
like,
booty,
okay, sign up.
Was that Booty Boot Camp?
Yeah, totally.
Or
No.
Tybo?
No. Tybo.
Remember Tybo Billy Blanks?
Yeah, I do remember. That was a big fucking thing.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
I had to do that in PE.
Tybo.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Really?
Tybo?
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
That explains so much.
Dude, everyone... Yeah. Thanks. Everyone I think we only had to do it one time, but it was like
a special thing.
The whole class lined up in rows, and there was a fucking TV. Yeah, and it was like we were just like, this is fucking so nobody was
cardio kickboxing is basically what that.
Nobody was taking it even the least bit serious, at all. Yeah,
it's like the worst fucking shit. All right, let's get the fuck out of this subject.
Yeah, all right.
We've exhausted it.
Tybo, Billy Blanks. I remember seeing that guy in a movie, like a cheesy ass, corny martial arts B movie.
I can't even believe that he even did that.
It was like some weird eagle claw shit.
He's like the rejected version of Wesley Snipes, like the horrible version.
Dude, the generic version of Wesley Snipes. That's true.
Kind of, right? Especially at that era.
He was, dude. I mean, honestly, he was the generic version of Wesley Snipes.
There you have it.
Brutal.
Yeah. All right, space
time.
Space.
All right. So apparently we have what was it? Just today? Yesterday? I think it was just today.
Today. It was today. Earlier today.
Within the past 24 hours.
We finally saw the first image ever released of a black hole.
And I used to have to go to Pornhub for that.
That's a totally other.
Yeah.
That's totally other black hole. So
no.
Totally different.
I think that's called gaping.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
It's called gaping.
That's where I used to go to see
Johnny, this may be a flaming hole, but that's something. That's something completely different that you're seeing on Pornhub there, bud.
No, I typed in black hole. So I know.
But we're on Pornhub.
I'll just pull up the image here because you guys can kind of see.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone that's watching this has seen it because it's been all over fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Inundated.
But this is the image of a black hole that we can see. From what I've read about this image is actually artificially colored because you cannot actually see the light going into a black hole because of how crazy the gravity is in the center of a black hole. It pulls everything in.
Fucking crazy.
Even light, so they had to color it. And they chose the rich oranges and yellows to make it seem like it was hot because of the intense energy burning around the event horizon, they call it, which is the outer ring, basically. The event horizon is basically the point where matter changes into something a little bit different, gets packed in a little bit denser, a lot denser, right? And then it's also.
But if it didn't matter, why did they color it?
That's a totally different kind of matter.
Oh, okay.
Totally other kind of matter.
Okay, just check.
And apparently, once you reach, you get past the event horizon. That's basically the point of no return. And then at that point, you can never come out of the black hole because the gravity is so fucking crazy.
Dude, it's so crazy. It is so crazy.
I guess what does actually make some light there is there's a buildup of bright disks of gas and other like materials, and that's actually what creates the light that you can see from a black hole. And then they have this other image which I actually really thought was cool. Not that so much. I think it's just a galaxy
Computer
here. This image here.
Oh, okay.
They call this false colors, which makes me believe that it's probably inverted colors. This is not actually the black hole right here, but it is an area where stars are very densely populated, and so they believe that there is a black hole in here somewhere, but that actually isn't the black hole.
What?
Yeah, so it's fucking crazy. So
everything
science
that we've seen is CGI, right?
No, this is a picture from a telescope.
That one.
But you just
But
said
it's been
that they
artificially
the
colored.
color part.
The
they
color.
added.
So
but the
they
shape
had to
is
use computer-generated coloring.
Well, yeah. To add the color, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I mean it's been altered, yeah, absolutely. But otherwise you wouldn't be able to see it very well. So just to kind of give you an idea of like the scale of this, how big this is
The
right
scope.
here. Now I don't know if this is exactly, what's it called?
Scale-wise.
To scale, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
this and I thought it was really cool. If this actually is, it kind of gives you an idea of how fucking ridiculous it is. This is our sun and Pluto. So this is our entire solar system right here.
It's fucking nuts.
Inside that fucking black hole.
Swallow it.
And then
if you zoom in, what happens though?
Well,
Like-
if you zoom in,
Right.
you can actually sort of discover even more secrets of the universe, and that's
yeah. What the fuck? Black holes are smart. Taxation. All taxation is fucking theft, man.
We had to set you guys up for that.
Yeah.
one.
Science.
It is science.
I feel like
Mostly
that's science. Did you even? I didn't even know that was in there.
So the galaxy
I didn't know it was in
M87 is where the black hole resides, and that is actually in the constellation Virgo. So if you guys got your Google Sky Map, you can actually look it up. It was over there earlier tonight. It's probably somewhere different, but yeah, you can.
You
look
were
at,
doing that earlier.
Yeah, you can look at where that is in real time. We'll say maybe not quite real time because it is technically 55 million light years away. So where we
Right.
think it is, it probably is somewhere else at the time, which is, time travel and theory of relativity
bro.
and all that shit's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Science.
Really cool. I'm not really smart enough to talk about this any further, but that's what I had for you guys on the black hole.
Yeah. Or check it out on Pornhub.
Yeah, that's again a whole other evening
Yeah.
for
It
most,
is a whole
most people
other
seeking
evening.
black
Yeah.
holes.
Sure.
Fuck. Yeah, that was fucking bad.
Do you have any more free talk on this one before we get into our
On the black hole? No, that was pretty much that. Like, I was everything that I had exhausted right there. They were starting to get into some other shit that I don't understand. I don't even really know that I got the event horizon part correct. I'm not an astrophysicist,
Right.
so this is like that's kind of
yeah.
that's kind of where my I don't know
Expertise.
if our buddy Kurt is watching, he'd probably be able to explain it to me a lot better, and then maybe I can come back next week and be like,
Correct.
well, so here's where I fucked up.
Yeah, correct any of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kurt, if you're watching this, fucking help me out, dude. That's all I got on that one, man. You guys want to go on to the next ones?
Yeah, free talk.
Yeah. Let's
Finish this
do
bad
it.
boy off.
Let's do it. All right. So check this out. Here we go. This is you want to talk about this, Aaron?
Honestly, I seen this the other day, and it's fake. It's got to be fake because I don't know. It looks real as fuck. But I mean, wouldn't that be cool if you ordered something off Amazon, and it's like you just put in your order, like, oh, this is cool. I want those new shoes, or I want that new hat, or the new Resist hat.
I think it's cool as shit.
I
Whether
do
it's
too,
real
man.
or fake, I
Or
don't
the
really
new
give a fuck.
Or the Resist hat. But I mean, you order something and fucking these drones come out and it's like they track you wherever your phone is, and it's like
Yeah, look how low he is right here, though. There's no way.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Well, no,
but the
I'll tell you right
concept's
now,
cool.
it's fucking
Yeah.
definitely fake. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, that
The
is a
concept
really
is
cool
badass.
concept.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, they're going to take over all this shit. I'm like, yeah, fucking let them, please. Would you
well,
please just let
They're
them?
taking all over the shit because they're a corporation. So
Yes. They're fucking monopolizing.
Sure. All right, and we got one more. We got that Venezuela. So give the what we're hearing in our media, like introduce it that way.
So basically,
what you were saying before.
I stumbled on this video because it was off of Facebook page, and they were like, "Hey, look at these motherfuckers, dude. These guys are stupid if they're gonna think they're gonna compete with us." And from my point of view, I see a bunch of people that are like, "Dude, we're defending our home from a foreign invader."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're the foreign invader, dude. We don't belong in Venezuela, even though some people think, well, we're still part of it or something. Maybe that's Puerto Rico.
Well, yeah, but they use that whole where they weren't letting the aid in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they're letting a lot of this.
But
that's
still,
why they're going.
Yeah,
off.
but still, these people are just they don't want our help.
Right.
But yet
well,
we
some of them don't,
insist
some of them do, but it's still none of our fucking business ultimately.
But yet they, we insist on, what, you need our help. You need democracy, and it's like they're like, no, fuck you, we don't want it.
But do you?
But do they though?
But from the whole point of view of mine, compared to the whole Statist point of view, is like, I'm like, dude, I see nothing wrong at nothing wrong with them defending their their country, their homes.
Go ahead and let's play this real fast so that it's a short one so we can actually show everyone.
You can just hear what they're saying. You will not intervene my country. If you come back here, you expect a beating. We will be your Latin American Vietnam. For the people that can't see it.
Yeah. So it's I forgot about that. Your SoundClouders there.
But tell me how if something happened tomorrow, like Russia was like, we're gonna fucking invade you guys, wouldn't you be at arms? That same time, with your shit on, ready to fucking for that Red Dawn shit to happen? I know I would. I'd be.
Yeah, but I think those are actually their military, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but the whole thing is just we shouldn't be intervening in anything outside of our. This has nothing to do with us.
And but we shouldn't be telling other people not to, no, don't defend your home.
Well, I would just go out on a limb here and assume that you were dealing with some Trump type people is what I'm assuming. Because that's generally the ones that are going to be fucking up in arms about that whole America. Rah, rah, rah.
That's true.
I live good. You know what I mean? That's kind of their whole thing. But dude, it's their fucking country. It's none of our goddamn business what they're fucking doing. That's the reason why we have all these border problems because we're intervening in fucking different countries. Stop.
You don't want to import brown people. We'll stop bombing their shit.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think that's just all the race baiting bullshit that everyone's doing.
No,
it's
because
just,
the whole Syria thing. We cut out all this. No, you can't be from these countries. The whole. Fucking,
the Muslim ban.
Yeah, the whole Muslim ban. But it was like, dude, these are all fucking places that we are fucking up. That we fucked up.
Yeah, stop intervening in other countries' shit.
You can't
mind your own
there,
business,
dude, and fucking let's take Black Panther. Everybody's seen the movie Black Panther.
Yes.
So
that is true.
Yeah, by now. So fucking what's his name? Fucking Michael B. Jordan. I don't think he did anything wrong. He was like, dude, you motherfuckers left me out here to die for nothing by myself. You guys could have took
Statism.
me back. Yeah, you guys left me out to myself, dude. He's all, I'm gonna fucking free all my people so we don't have to go through this. It's the same thing. It's like, dude.
So he was Killmonger, in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah. The real hero of the story, I think.
That's your hero of the story? Yeah. Because my hero of the story is when it ended.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
We're not going to get into that because...
Yeah, you already said last time that he was overrated, right?
Yeah, we're not going to get into that. But the whole thing is, it's, what, fuck it. I don't know. I'm done. I'm done.
Rant over.
All right.
Rant over.
All right. Now we're going to get into our next topic.
Yeah, so our next topic is going to be... It's sort of something that we've been talking about for a long time now, and we're going to call this segment Bar Conversations because you tend to get into these...
Could be internet too, though.
Yeah, it could be on the internet. Could be at a coffee shop if you don't get fucking kicked out. But it's...
I could see that happening.
Yeah, so can I. Sir, we're uncomfortable. I can't write my novel with you talking that way.
They do that like I'm really angry, but they're not really.
Yeah.
Sir.
I'm tolerant, but not that tolerant.
They've lost their shit after hearing you saying taxation is theft and all government is force about 12 times, and they just lose their statist minds.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. So been there.
Yeah.
All right.
So what we wanted to talk about was we get into these conversations and
all the time.
What happens is sometimes you have people that come up to you and they're like, I want to understand your point of view, and they actually want to understand it because they are on the fence about their own political point of view, and they want to hear what you have to say because they are genuinely interested in possibly changing their minds. Now, then you have someone on the other side who only listens to you to plug away at you with different scenarios to watch you try and trip over yourself and basically gain ammunition against the next person that's like you that they're going to have
the old
this same
donkey ball scenario is what I call it.
The same fucking
they like
argument
donkey
with.
balls.
So I remember I was having a conversation with so this guy's a friend of mine, but we agree not even a little bit on politics. Like he's a self-proclaimed socialist. Like I do not agree with socialism. I mean, throughout our argument, the one thing, like without fucking completely blackballing this guy because he's not here to defend himself, the one thing that we did get down was that taxation ultimately is force, and that I ultimately believe that forcing my will onto someone is wrong, and forcing money away from someone is wrong, and that he did not. Because he believes in redistribution of wealth, and because he believes in taxation, and because he believes in statism and collectivism. So all these things. One thing we did actually come to agreement on, because, and this is the issue that I have, is we'll go through these debates, and then what I get hit with is, well, then how do we this, and how do we that, and how do we this? I'm not here to give you those answers. I'm here to work with you on those answers. All I know is I know what I think is right and what I think is wrong. It's up to us as people to come to an agreement on what we think we should do moving forward, right? So one of the things that we were talking about was, well, what about taxing? How do you get people to pay for roads? How do you get people to pay for all these services? How do you get people to all this? The classic, right? And so I said, okay, well, what if we talk about if there was no such thing as taxation, and all the money that I gave back to the state or the government was either was voluntarily given or was then voluntarily given to a privately owned firm or what have you that own those organizations, private-owned road companies, private-owned security companies, so that would be police, private-owned water distribution companies, electricity, insurance, all that type of stuff. So what we came up to, an agreement that we came on was, well, okay, so what if you made taxation voluntary, right? What if your employer, the employer's job was to give its employees specific options to donate a portion of their paycheck to. Now, part of the agreement, if you're working with that employer, would be that maybe you have to give X percent of. I don't agree with this scenario at all. But here's what
you got him on something.
This is the thing, because I said that if it's voluntary and then it's free market, you don't have to work there.
Sure.
So that's what I said, and because I said that was compromise we came on. Okay, well then what happens? His big thing was, well, what happens if you basically work for an employer and the employer that pays the absolute best? So that employer then, because they pay the absolute best, they are going to want to take the most out of your paycheck to pay for these donations, right? That have to go back into whatever programs.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said. The whole scenario is.
It's bad. Yeah. It's not good. No, but if it's voluntary, it's better than what we have now, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but it can't be voluntary if it's a tax, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
But
charity
is not. Just let me.
Yeah,
this is what I had to do. This is the fucking mental gymnastics.
Sure. You didn't have to do that.
The way I justify it is that if the free market truly existed, then those employers would have competition to keep you, and so the people that you would ultimately go work for would be the ones that take less out of your paycheck, or that require you to donate less. We'll call it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with this at all, though. The scenario.
His thing was, what if the employer that pays the best is the one that gives you two donation options, and they're both, awful?
So so I'm not trying to bash on your parade at all. This is all hypothetical bullshit, that doesn't exist. But yet, the stuff that we say that are just philosophy-based, it's like they can get on board. What I'm saying is, you had to do this crazy sci-fi world here, right?
Yeah, he can get on board with this.
Right.
It sounds like
freedom and what's right, he can't get on board with?
You had to give him an ultimatum. It's like, dude, you
he had to make up a fucking... No, here's the thing. He had to make up a fucking world to make this guy actually get on board that's some sci-fi made-believe world, right?
But still, he's fucked in it because he has to do the same thing with it, no?
Well, I'm just saying that it shouldn't come down to that. It shouldn't have to be So this is the problem. What's happening, what Jamie's explaining basically here, is everyone comes to you when you become a libertarian or an ANCAP or something like that, and they go, well, how should we, how could we, how do we? It's always these things. Well, that's not yes, there is that discussion time to have. You can have that discussion. There's nothing wrong with that. But the bottom line is you have to come into philosophy first and understand what is right and wrong, because then there is no way to justify the statism bullshit that this guy that Jamie had to do this like mental gymnastic exercise to get him to kind of admit that some of this shit's okay. Like, that's insane to me. Is it wrong to steal from fucking people? Is it wrong to assault people? Is it wrong to point a fucking gun at someone and bully them or extort them? Is it wrong to kidnap people? Is it wrong to throw fucking people in a goddamn cage? There's tons of fucking things that the government does every single day that this guy thinks is okay, and Jamie's trying to play this like game with the guy. Dude, I get what you're doing.
So this is still not ideal.
Yeah,
this is still not ideal.
No, yeah,
right?
yeah. I know.
But what
you
I
said
kept trying to do was say, so then what's stopping everyone from just working for this one employee that literally is like, well, you can donate towards raping children or you could donate towards sex trafficking. And it's like, well, if that's the best paid employee, extremes, you got to take it to an extreme, which he fucking did.
Yeah, but no one's going to do that, dude.
But here's what I'm saying. But if it pays the best, according to him, all people are inherently evil. They're going to do what's the best for them. And he's a fucking collectivist and he believes that. So it's like, what the fuck do you actually believe in here?
Yeah, that's fucking insanity, bro.
And I said, you know what solves that? The free market.
Sure.
There are going to be other people that pay better, that have better incentives for their employees. They're going to have to fight for that.
And putting the free market aside, there's going to be plenty of people that have good morals and good consciences, and they're not going to let that stand. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't let that stand. So this guy's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. You're an idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
It's the thing is like some of these that
I know you're trying to be nice, but I'm just saying it's just complete insanity.
Hey,
you're admitting that you want to be a collectivist. So what you're saying, you stupid motherfucker, is you're saying that you want to point a goddamn gun at my head and my friends' heads, my family's heads, my fellow, all my friends and all my fellow Californians, let alone the nation or the world, and you're saying, fuck you, you're going to fall in line and do what I want. And that's fucking bullying at first. The easiest part of that. Second off, it's intimidation and threats of force. And then what's going to happen if no one falls in line with that? You're saying basically that you want to murder everyone. That's where it goes to. So you want to go to the extremes, motherfucker. That's what you're saying. You're saying because I have to have my shit kumbaya in my world, therefore I can kill everyone that doesn't want to get on fucking board. And that's what you're fucking saying.
That is the extreme.
# eat a dick.
That is the extreme.
Sorry, I got triggered.
No, it's good. It's because, dude, it's like you back me into a fucking corner.
You wanted to go to the extremes. I'll go to the extremes.
This is what I came up with that I could live with if I had to. With a bunch of fucking socialists.
Well, you're being rational, I guess, is what you would want to call that, right? You're trying to figure a compromise or whatever.
It is a fucking hard compromise.
Instead of playing the mental gymnastics, this is why I got a little mad. It wasn't really what you were doing. It's more about the fact that these statist bully motherfuckers, they want to do this shit all the time, and then they always want to say like, well, how could we do? There's no free market example of this. Dude, your shit is fucking wrong. Everything that you guys do is fucking wrong, right? You guys are killing people, imprisoning people, and you're going to war all over the fucking world. You're killing fucking innocent people all the fucking time, and yet we're the fucking crazy ones that want peace?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a good one. What all these statists, the same fucking thing, right? Like, what exactly works in the government? What you guys keep using that excuse all the fucking time. What works? Right? Like, what?
Fucking
you keep
crickets.
going, well, what about yeah, exactly. You keep going, oh, the government this, the government. Well, I just don't see. And, okay, let's go with another one, right? Like, if you don't, like, oh, I don't trust these people. They need to be governed, right? Like, all these people, people are, like what you said, he said, is people are bad, and they need to be governed.
Yeah.
Who the fuck makes up the government? Fucking people. Your whole argument is already fucking done. It does that. Explain that to me. If people are bad and people are part of the government, that means the government is bad. So how the fuck do you have bad people governing you? So our solution is already better and makes more sense and is more rational than yours.
But Johnny, we could just vote for the right people and get them in the government.
That's the same thing, though, because you can't. How do you prove, right? How do you prove that they are good people? And then, furthermore, with the voting, you're
dude,
it's force.
In my opinion,
you're forcing people by point of a gun.
Okay.
Mob rule.
Exactly. In my opinion, anyone that's in a position of power has only been put there by the highest fucking bidder to push an agenda. That's the only reason they're there.
Yeah, and these same stupid assholes, they'll all be like, oh, big business is so corrupt and blah, 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 but then they want government to answer their problem. Who the fuck are these people working for? They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
There's lobbyists, there's all this other stuff, and then they employ the same people in the government, and then vice versa. When they retire from one or the other, they go into the other business, right? There's tons of people, as Monsanto is a good one. There's plenty of people that work for the government. You can look it up, or Shell Corporation, or any of the corporations. You look, and they all work for these private companies and corporations, actually, and then they go over into the public sector or private sector, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy, dude. And it's like, how is it that simple just to rant about it for 2 seconds? I already answered all your fucking goddamn points.
Yeah.
It's not that fucking hard. But yet it's so hard to understand all this other, but would it be at the government? Who's going to give us fire services? I don't know. Maybe the goddamn insurance company that you pay for. Maybe they provide it. I don't know. There's a lot of answers. It's about philosophical answers, what's right and wrong, and what we do versus your stupid ideology and your make-believe bullshit like, oh, who's going to do this and who's going to do that? Well, we can all, like you were saying, we can all get together like intelligent people and rationally talk about how we do this, that, and the other thing. We could have like 12 different answers to do it, where you have one fucking answer. It's at the point of a fucking gun. That's it.
And what people don't understand,
we have free market,
is that like we don't need to stay the way it is right now either. Say we come up with 12 different answers, and we have 12 different groups of people that want to live
all 12
under
might
each
work,
one,
or maybe only one will work, but it's still outside of the government.
But you should all be allowed to try that, right?
Yeah,
like within the confines,
voluntarily.
Like, and because you said it before. You do it within the confines of your own community, and if that you all agree on that, then cool. It's not about not having rules; it's about not having rulers.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, fuck. If you, I don't really know where we go from there and how you appoint like who's going to take care of this, who's going to take care of that.
Free market. I got your answer right there.
Yeah, fucking. Well, one of the things was like, well, what about like insurance claims? Well, is there an insurance company that takes care of that?
Yeah.
That would work, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So then. Another one was like, what about the guy who's in charge of the police force? Well, you privatize that and make that part of the free market. You can have multiple police forces. Maybe.
Free market's the answer to all these things.
Yeah.
It's not that fucking hard, you fucking moron. Sorry, but it's not that hard. Free market will do that. And a lot of people will argue and say, oh, but what happens because business is going to get bigger and bigger? Well, first off, in the modern day, that's all corporations. That is, like we were just talking about a minute ago, that goes hand in hand, right? That's what we were kind of touching on for a second. So corporations are an entity created by the government to protect them. So that's literally big business and government working together to protect them. So that argument's already wrong. And all the other the big businesses in the past before the corporations were around, well, we were talking about it before the show a little bit, and there was plenty of economists and different people that came out and said that, for instance, like slavery was starting to die out, and that would be one of the ones that me and you were just talking about. What was the other? I felt like there was one more we were talking about. It was slavery and something else. We brought up two different things. You remember the conversation, but yeah. But yeah, it was two different things, and then we were like, well, they were already, what do you call it? It was already starting to weed itself out, but the public got impatient, and the ruling class, which is the government, they ended up just initiating whatever their new laws were. And that's all the government is, people. It's fucking simple. All government is force. They have a monopoly over this territory that whatever that government's in charge of, and they initiate force. That's all they're good at doing, is controlling you with laws and bullying you with laws and extorting you and kidnapping you and throwing you in a cage or killing you or whatnot, any kind of force. That's what it is. Government is force. There is no other way around that. It's democracy is mob rule. Governments are generally mob rule or just a dictatorship.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking simple. It's not as hard as you guys think it is, and I don't understand where you guys keep going. Not every one of you guys. I'm just talking about the people that are arguing about this. But I don't understand where you guys come from, the whole perspective of how do we do this? How do we fucking do it now?
Shittily.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Or you could, okay, here's another way of that too. How do we do it now? Well, there's police. Okay, private.
Yeah, private.
Well, there's fire. Okay, private. Who builds a road? Private. Who builds them now? Fucking private contractors that are getting money from us. They're not state-run fucking contractors building the roads. They're getting a contract to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't even understand how that's such a fucking difficult thing to fucking comprehend.
Yeah, because Caltrans is not like it's not a state job; it's a union job, right?
Yeah, and there's other companies too doing it too, not just them. Like all over the place, people do the parking lots. They do, other private roads and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
There's plenty of people to do. There's plenty of competition out there. Like you name the fucking problem, there's a private solution to it all.
Well, so the biggest thing that I get for that, and especially when it comes down to fucking, who's going to pay for them? No one's going to pay for them. You don't think so?
Well, that would be multiple. Once again, we have one answer for the statist. That's taxation. Taxation is theft, right? That's force. Right? So that's the one answer that you motherfuckers, the statist motherfuckers, are going to fucking say. Where we would say, okay, well, first off, there could be, which is the most unlikely, there could be a charity, there could be a donation. There most likely would be the companies that or homeowners in the area, which already exists now. That happens all the time when people build their like new neighborhoods or new what is it called, like a mall or something. They're building all the roads around it.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of the fucking property that they build, right? So they can maintain it. Doesn't have to be maintained to that degree, like all the time.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of those ghost towns that are floating around like America and all that shit?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, dude, I did a little bit of research a few years ago, and there's like ghost towns that are like totally like ready to rock, like fucking ready to bring in
newer ones you're talking about, not like the old Western one.
No,
okay, that's what I was getting
like,
lost.
like newer ones, and it's like they have plumbing, roads, and all that other shit, and it's
like China.
Ready to go. Who paid for that?
Right. Exactly. Private.
Who the fuck paid for it? I mean,
who builds anything? Yeah. It's the private market is what generally does it.
Dude, I mean, didn't Domino's Pizza go around fucking fixing potholes?
Yep.
Dude, that was another corporation that was like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to take care of this because if the state's not going to do it, then we're going to do it.
So, yeah, exactly.
And wasn't there that 14-year-old kid that went around with a bucket and a bucket full of asphalt? I remember seeing that.
I remember seeing that one too. Yeah. I didn't read that one, but I do remember seeing that story.
A 14-year-old kid
remember
was
that?
fucking tired of it. He's all, you know what?
I think he got arrested though.
But still, I mean, you're
it's a
fixing
big surprise,
the potholes.
Right?
But I mean, dude, I remember that being on a TV show years ago. It's like, I got arrested for fixing potholes. Like, what? Was it married with children?
Dude, I don't remember. It sounds like it would be.
But it was something. But it was the whole fact of like this person decided, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm going to take it onto myself to fix it. And the state was like, we're going to arrest you.
That would be another one.
Yeah.
Aaron saying voluntary. People would voluntarily do that.
And honestly,
just like we were saying, like for security, right? There could be voluntarily. And if you were trying to protect the borders of your nation, you ever heard of Minutemen? Because I know a lot of you motherfuckers out there have heard of that. Who would sign up to if that was all you had to do is protect? Yeah, all of us would to protect your border. That was literally all it was. Your border, I mean, like no one would invade, right?
But
that's what I'm meaning by.
But aren't we all already signed up if we're between the certain ages of?
I don't know. It's statism, bro. I'm just saying, like people would voluntarily do it. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like, okay, we all live in Ancapistan, and we're all gonna fucking live here. Now everyone's a fucking gunner, right?
Do you guys remember the guy when we had that last big storm a few years ago? This kid decided, you know what, I'm going to drive around to these places, in our community, in our area. And he was on Facebook and he said, if you need anything, let me know. And he was shopping off groceries. He was shopping off fucking
I didn't
supplies.
see that.
Yeah. Dude, this kid decided, he had a lifted truck.
Well, it's like your waiter that you played on the last one, right? With the homeless people. Or the homeless. Yeah, they were all different homeless people. But it's voluntary shit all the time. And
people are going to step it up. I mean, just like we say, if you have goodness in your heart and everything, you don't want to see your fucking, your brother, your sister fucking in strife. You're going to fucking be like, you know what? Let me help you out.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, I believe that totally. But on the bigger things, so like more like with the parking lots and the roads and all those kind of things, we already just told you guys straight up like that, just getting back to that real fast. There's a private solution always. Like every time. So anytime that anyone says something to you where you think they kind of got you a little bit because you can't quite get your mind around it or whatever, just go, dude, free market. Because there's always going to be an answer. And like I just pointed out, there's one answer that the statists are going to give you. Force.
Yeah. That's exactly what he kept doing.
We gave 5 or 6 answers per thing, right? And that's just quickly, no research, no nothing, just guesstimates of what we could do.
Yeah.
That's like 5 times more than his options, right?
Yeah.
So eat a dick.
At least we tried to think of something else.
Yeah. And wait, so here's another thing. They keep trying to say that like libertarians and anarcho-capitalists are fucking idealist or not even ideal. What was it? Utopian. That's what it was. And it's like, no, we don't know. If we were utopian, right, we would have this whole social planning system, sci-fi, what basically you wrote up with him.
Yeah.
You would be doing that. That's socialism. That's utopianism. That's planning out social planning. We don't care about social planning. We want freedom for the individual to do whatever they want as long as they do not initiate force against anyone else.
And I usually
philosophy.
when it comes to utopianism, I think that's synonymous with socialism because I used to consider myself utopianist, but that was like a collectivist type of a thing.
That's why I added that social planning term in there because that's just totally what they are.
But I mean, maybe they mean it in a term of like we believe in a society that is almost impossible by their standards. I guess I got to look up what the actual definition of utopia is because
if that's what they're meaning, then maybe.
If utopia means a fantasy fucking
yeah, but that kind of is what it means in most people's sense when they explain that ever, right? Like it's just something, or we could have it, but it's so far off, kind of thing.
Yeah, it just means like it's an ideal.
Yeah.
An ideal.
But it's not. We're talking about philosophy here. Is it wrong to steal? Is it wrong to initiate force? Is it wrong to coerce people into things? Is it wrong to murder people? It's pretty much fucking straightforward. It's voluntary transactions between people. It's the individual choosing to do what they want. It's us self-governing ourselves and owning our own selves. It's property rights. It's fucking freedom, bro. It's non-aggression principle. You don't initiate force against anyone else unless you're just going to defend yourself. Like, it's not that fucking difficult. It's pretty simple. It's easier than your shit, you fucking statist. It is.
A lot easier.
Yeah. It is. It's way fucking easier. It's a simple philosophy. And I'm comfortable with not always know. I'm apparently have to answer every goddamn question that any statist motherfucker has, right? So I'm comfortable with not even having all the answers to all these problems. I'm not God. I'm not fucking some kind of socialist fucking planner asshole like you guys want to be. Like, that's not what I want. I want everyone to make their own decisions for themselves. If it's what's best for you, then you make those decisions. Maybe you move into a community that's all socialist. I don't give a fuck. As long as you're not making anyone stay there or forcing anyone else your views, I don't give a fuck. That's freedom, bro.
It's so simple.
And that's the bottom line because Johnny Doe says so.
Stone Cold.
That's what I got.
You got me all triggered tonight, bro.
Woo! We had to, dude. It's been a while since we had one that was that good.
Bro. It's not that fucking hard, dude. It's not that fucking hard. Thoughts?
No, I mean, I don't have anything else to add with that.
No, you got it. You
basically said everything that I said, except for that I could, except for
you were being nice.
Every time I tied it back into the free market, he's like, oh well, then they would just go. Nobody utilize the free market because they would just go because that's where the best paycheck is.
All they're saying is like I said, man. All they want to do is control you by the point of a fucking gun. Yeah. That's what they're fucking saying. And those motherfuckers are the biggest anti-fucking gun people on the surface, right? But they're really pro-gun. It's just in the hands of authoritarians.
Yeah.
And it's fucking disgusting. You guys are control freaks. It's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Only cops should have guns.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying.
No,
yeah, exactly. Cops and military are the only ones that should have gun according to
them.
them.
Dick on that one.
Yeah. You guys should be ashamed of yourself for trying to force people into doing things. Look at yourself in the mirror.
Well, I think we kind of beat the shit out of that
one.
You guys want to move on to something a little more lighthearted?
Yeah.
Do you guys got any free talk before we get into this next one?
No, I kind of went through all of mine.
Okay, so I got one real quick. Right. Netflix movies. And then the one I wanted to bring up was The Highwayman with Kevin Costner.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, dude. Bro. It's about basically the Texas Rangers got disbanded, I believe, a year or so before this movie's supposed to take place, and it takes place in 1934. I had to remember there. I got confused with 1914
I
for
know.
a second.
I almost fucking said it.
I got a little, like my brain went, wait, what is it? But anyways, Kevin Costner is a former Texas Ranger. They disbanded the Texas Rangers at this time, and then they give them a license called the Highwayman, which is, the way I took it was it's like a bounty hunter license. So they contracted them to go hunt Bonnie and Clyde down, and Woody Harrelson's the other guy. That's his partner. It's a fucking great movie. I loved it. I thought that the way that they had like Kevin Costner's interaction between him and his wife as they were saying goodbye before he went out on his task, his mission, it just fit the time perfect. Just the way they like hugged and gave a nice little kiss, and the way that you could tell it was a little emotional, but like it was like held back.
Yeah.
For that era, you know,
it wasn't all touchy-feely.
It was so fucking great. You could feel the passion and emotion there, but it was still held back.
But it was some man shit,
it
dude.
It was good.
Yeah.
And the best scene in the fucking movie, in my personal opinion, is when he goes into the gun store and he has a list. And he just starts. He's all, "Hey, can I see that Thompson submachine gun up there?" And the guy. This is all takes place in Texas, by the way. The guy walks over and grabs a submachine gun, puts it on the counter. He's also, "Can I see that Colt 45?" And he takes that out. He's all, "Can I see that BAR up there on the wall?" And he takes that. And then that Winchester lever action. Can I? And there's like 10 other guns all on the counter. He's all right, I'll take it. And he's like, "Well, which one?" He's all of them. And then throw in boxes of ammo. And he starts saying all the boxes of ammo. Dude, that is how fucking it should be. Straight the fuck up. That's Ancapistan, bro.
Yeah.
That's the way it should fucking be.
I'll take it.
You guys would love it. It's a great fucking movie. It's a slow drama.
There's no 10-day wait, right?
Yeah, no. He just bought it right there, bro. He just walked out. That was 1934.
God.
Yeah. Imagine that, dude. And he'll take all these magazines. He starts listing. He had it all written down. He knew what he was getting before he went in there.
Jesus.
And as a matter of fact, here's the best part. You're going to like, Jamie. The owner of the store goes, "It's a lot of firepower you got going on here." He's all, "Do you mind if I ask you what you're going to do with all this firepower?" And he's all, "Nope." And he loads up the car. Doesn't want,
Nope.
Yeah.
Not going to. Don't
Or
worry
no, he
about
says, "Yep, actually, do you mind if I ask you?" He's all, "Yep, I do mind." That's what it was.
That's awesome.
And then they load it up, and he has his like son or box boy or whatever he is, like loading up all the car and shit.
That's tight.
Fucking awesome. And then throughout the movie, he's driving around his little 34 Ford, and he's got like the back seat just guns.
Fucking nice.
And then like everyone looks in the back seat, and they're like, "Oh shit." So yeah, check that movie out. The Highwaymen, fucking awesome movie. I liked it a lot.
I will. I'll fucking check that out.
You guys will enjoy it. I wanted to watch it immediately when it was done, honestly, again.
Really?
Yeah, the end drags a little bit. I feel like every movie's that way. Like at the end of the movies, they just kind of lose it. They reach too much. Like they do a really good job, movies today, building a movie.
Yeah.
And you're like really into it, and then the end just kind of like falls apart.
Fizzles
I feel like
out,
you know what I mean? It's at least 80% of movies are like that, I feel like. And I'm picky as fuck, so.
You are a lot more picky than me, that's for sure.
I'd be a good movie critic.
You probably would. A lot better than me. I'm just like, it was great.
Yeah, you're all
terrific.
Fuck yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm always shocked when he says, the movie's all right. I'm always shocked. Except
that's
for
how
your
I felt
Butterfly
about
Effect
fucking Venom.
Yeah, Venom was doo-doo.
Yeah.
It was doo-doo.
give it
The
a
only
miss.
part that was good about the entire movie, in my personal opinion, was Venom talking to him back and forth in his head. Because it was entertaining. That was the only reason why, though. It was just entertaining. The rest of it, the effects, the whole thing was just I just didn't like it. It wasn't, I didn't hate it. It was enjoyable kind of when you're watching it. If you're not taking it serious.
We've already seen it before.
Yeah.
Well, I never saw it before, and I watched it, and I kind of enjoyed watching it, but it was like, am I ever going to want to watch it again?
You
No.
never seen Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Was the same. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Venom wasn't anything.
I only seen that one like once.
Yeah, I mean, it
was
wasn't
Sandman, right?
Better, yeah.
Yeah, that was a garbage movie.
I mean, it wasn't anything that we've seen before. It was like, oh, okay.
But
we
I
have
just
more
like
of
the
this.
like I like when he was like, apologize to her. Remember, like they're sitting in the
Talk to
car.
her. Ooh, I
there was
like
a
her.
couple parts like that I thought was cool. He was like actually caring and shit.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Once
I just
he
didn't
became friends with him, kind
I
of.
feel like if you would like it,
But nothing like the
if
comics.
you don't know anything about Venom, which
Yeah.
I don't. But
Yeah.
I knew Venom was supposed to be worse than
He was
that.
he was supposed to be like a news guy that's like a photographer more, like a newspaper guy, not like a talk show guy.
Not like a reporter.
That
guy.
already was wrong in the first part. And yeah, Spider-Man should have been in there because that was the whole thing revolves around Spider-Man. It's Brock is jealous of fucking Spider-Man. That's how the whole fucking it's literally that petty.
And Spider-Man got the symbiote first.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing is just all these goddamn comic movies are fucking
All right,
stupid.
so spoiler alert on this one, because so in Venom, you remember how they had his Venom's like boss or whatever, the dude that
Riot.
the other one that then takes over.
Riot.
Oh
Yeah.
Right.
Is that
The
a
one-
real character?
I don't know that actually.
Honestly, I don't think so, dude.
See, so what I think they should have done.
Carnage is, but
that's
not,
what I was gonna say. What I thought that was gonna be was it was just they were gonna forget about it.
And all his powers were like the powers that we've seen Carnage do before, where he could like shoot projectiles off of him, where Venom can't do that, but Carnage can. That's the stuff that Carnage did. Like, why is Riot doing that? So now you're basically spoiling it for the next movie because they teased into having Carnage in the next one.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what are you going to do? You going to shoot lasers out of your arms or something to make it different? Because it's literally the same
thing
shit.
as Riot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've never heard of him before that, dude. So
that's what I was thinking. Like, I was hoping they were going to just use that to tease Carnage, and then
that would have been
but no,
smart.
they didn't. It was they made some other fucking whatever. I'm not a director.
Yeah.
Probably fucking better off without me being a director anyway.
You know what? I should be a director and a writer. I'd write so much better shit than what you guys are doing right now.
Yeah, the comic book stuff is just, I don't know. It's sad, man. All right, you want to get into our last topic here?
Yeah, let's go ahead and
gotta
fire this
stay out of the water for you guys. We haven't had for a couple weeks.
It's been a little while, right? This is a video, yeah?
I don't know. We didn't
shit
and turn that one down just in case.
There
right
it
there.
is. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so we didn't watch this on purpose because we don't know what this is, but I do know it's a close encounter where a great white shark.
Oh my god!
Charges.
I watched it.
Okay, I wanted to wait to watch it so I could react.
All right, so here we go.
All right, play.
Here it is, folks. Jesus, look at that screenshot.
It's all of a sudden just like a guppy and a.
Yeah, it's the Little Mermaid playing.
Was this just stills or is this actual?
No,
video?
I mean, no.
Was there video?
Stills, but here's the thing. I didn't see any video, but
so it is stills.
She's in a shark cage.
Oh, so they don't have the video. Fail,
dude.
That's what happens when we didn't watch it.
She's in a shark cage, dude. My whole thing is like, they charged me. It's like, but you're in a fucking protected environment.
We thought we had something good.
Look at that. That's the camera she took.
So that's the actual.
That's the camera, and it's like they're in harm's way.
Wait, so is that what this was?
That's the photo, though.
That's the photo, which is like, dude.
So
that's a badass photo. But
this was hyped up that it was a shark attack.
Yeah. Well, a shark charging.
Shark charging a diver. They didn't say nothing about a dive cage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking got trolled.
Fucking Fox News got us again. God damn it.
And I watched it. I was like, dude, this is
fake
bullshit.
news.
Because I would. I would do that. I would do that.
Motherfuckers.
I would get into a shark cage and do that. I don't, dude. I'm in a shark cage.
Yeah, because I saw basically right before we started filming, I saw this and I fucking sent it out to the group chat for the show. And then me and Jamie were like, "Oh yeah, we'll wait and watch it." Now it's like, fuck that, I gotta watch.
Didn't I say straight? We'll do it live.
Yeah.
I was like, straight up, we'll do it live. Damn it.
Fox News is assholes.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
God, why didn't they have video, dude?
When you thought you had a boner, but then it's like,
yeah, semi.
That was fucked.
Semi did nothing. Semi to any.
Well, still, stay the fuck out of the water, okay?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Come on.
Nonetheless, those fucking still pictures were still scary as fuck. Right? I mean, we're just staring down.
You will not find my black ass in the water.
I'm not okay with
soon.
it.
Yeah, no one should be in the water.
Yo, you won't find me fucking cage diving. I will not do that ever.
I might try that.
That is, dude. Why? That cable goes, you're fucking sinking to the bottom of the fucking ocean in a steel cage.
Like
you're done.
Like 48.
Play as VR.
Like 48.
Yeah, straight up, dude. You want to do it?
Like 47 meters? I seen that movie.
I'll put you in a fucking. You can play my VR and do a shark cage there, and if that doesn't fuck you up enough, then you can do it
right.
I seen that movie. I mean, it wasn't that good.
What movie?
47 meters. Dude, there's literally a movie of like two chicks, going down to Mexico, and they do the whole cage diving thing, and the thing breaks, and they go.
I don't watch that stuff, dude. I already get it.
I could. That's fucking anxiety right there.
Yeah, that's just insane.
47 meters is not very far, in the grand scheme of things. I'm talking like some 20,000 leagues shit.
20,000 leagues under
the sea. But this is
like
47 meters under the sea with with nothing, and there's sharks attacking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You just stay. If the freedom fighters listen to what we say, stay the fuck out of the water. You don't even have to worry about that.
They wouldn't have anything to do with.
Why would you even want to torture yourself? I just liked one of our Instagram pictures that was on there.
Nice.
It just jumped, but
that's all right.
Let
them jump.
Check out us on the old Instagram,
jump
people.
Around. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. So, like I said before, the only thing that we would appreciate you to continually like is our YouTube videos individually. You give us that little thumbs up. It does actually help us out. Not monetarily, but I mean, it helps visually. What are we doing there?
Instagram.
Oh, yeah, the whole Instagram thing.
There's our Instagram. I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably a little bit.
Like our shit on Instagram.
Yeah. There's some flare.
That's cool. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Like and follow on SoundCloud. Like and follow on everywhere. You want to go on Pornhub and hit the little thumbs up button that they got over there? Hit that. It's probably a penis or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Yeah. I've never been to Pornhub in my life. I'm just the kind of person that I am. I don't need it.
Yeah, but definitely the Instagram we update now a lot. Jamie's been on top of that shit.
That was a hilarious joke, by the way.
Yeah, no. That was a Johnny thing, bro.
Nobody believed me at all.
Definitely the Facebook, and as always, we want everyone to go on to YouTube the most. That's really honestly where we want it. We have more people on our Facebook. than we do on our.
We're on Twitter
YouTube.
too. 86 at me on Twitter.
SoundCloud.
86_first on Twitter.
Yeah, we have a
follow us
few
on there.
people on the SoundCloud. Not as many, and I get it. It's a paid thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
it is.
But we do have some that they're unique to that.
The cool thing about SoundCloud is you can download the MP3 from SoundCloud for free.
Cool as shit.
So you can if you want to put them on your phone and take them to go.
Yeah, or go jogging or something like that. Work out.
Do that. You can totally do that. That's not a big deal. That's free for you. They do have a streaming service, so I mean, I don't know where you're jogging where you don't get service, but that makes me paranoid for one. And then I don't know, get better cell service or whatever. Fucking, you can listen to us on the go. You can listen to us at home, wherever you want. We're everywhere.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Which we also are going to be looking into doing, hopefully, kind of soon, is actually looking for a web page that we can actually have everything based off of, so we can shoot out to all the other links that we have, or our sites, I mean.
Yeah, that'd be really fucking nice.
And then it would be also nice because then we could house all of our videos, since we keep getting shadow banned and blocked on a lot of stuff from YouTube.
Yeah.
So it happened again this week. I know we talked about it last week. We lost at least over 100 that I was taking track of. So yeah, we had videos up in the 200-somethings, and it drops down to the double digits, and it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
So, but we got some new viewers and subscribers, so hi out there, freedom fighters, and welcome.
Absolutely.
I usually don't get that triggered if this is your first episode.
I mean, it's happened before.
Usually I'm joking.
Yeah.
Usually I joke more.
Cool. Let me do the wrap up here, and we'll go ahead and kick this one off. We'll be done. So, first off, buy our shit, assholes. Come on. We do make a little bit off it still, but it's not marked up on the
couple bucks.
The thing. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a couple of bucks.
It's
as low as we can make the price for you.
And you get not only that, but you get laid, and you get to spread the word of freedom because it's a conversation starter.
Totally.
So it's a win-win.
There's that. Keep spiders out of your cars, asshole.
Yeah, don't be.
Don't. Why are you fucking around with that? You're gonna run into people on treadmills.
You know what? That really bugs me.
Damn it! God damn it!
I had to make up for not
I
having
know,
that crappy
you son
joke.
of a bitch. Don't punish us for saving water, assholes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're only just doing what you asked. Fucking guy.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
AKs are tight, asshole.
Hell yeah.
Boom.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
AK all day. Run it.
All right, so don't fight with kids in your arm, asshole. that was a fucking
Nice.
ridiculous.
That was
piece of
unless
bullshit.
you have reggae music on, apparently.
Sure.
And
Superpowers.
So black holes are different in space than on Pornhub, which is an asshole.
debatable.
Or a gaping hole.
That was a funny joke earlier.
Maybe don't fuck with Venezuela, asshole. Just throwing that out there.
That's their fucking shit, bro. Mind your own business, asshole.
Before you think about bringing up a conversation about how would we, how do we, how could we, watch the fucking show, asshole. That goddamn simple. And then to wrap it up, because it's been a while, I feel like stay the fuck out of the water, asshole.
Yeah.
Be smart. Save your life.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This has been episode number 33 of the Grim 86 Freedom First podcast. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks a lot, everyone.